food going bad. Like a very...
No,
throwing it live. We're going live.
I'm serious. It's legitimately.
You're ugly, Bailey.
You're ugly.
Yeah.
You're ugly, Raza.
Damn it. I thought that was going to hit.
It did. No, it doesn't. I'm not worried. And I feel you, Wine Mom. Yeah, I don't know. I was just fortunate because I, like, just met the Scottish family, like the mom side of the family. And I was like, oh, thank God. They all have their hair. Thank God. And I know, Raza, you know all my parents. I get it. Yeah,
I mean, I know one
against
of your
me.
parents. I know you want. I don't really will conspire. We're just like, what's Bailey up to these days? He's like, oh, he's just being Bailey. Your dad really wants to talk to you.
Oh, my dad really wants to talk to me. Yeah.
He wants to apologize for kicking you out of the house at 18.
Yeah.
He also kind of weirdly says, "I'm the son he wish he had." I was like, what does that mean for Bailey? I was like, oh, who? Like, ouch.
Who? That guy? Oh yeah, that was
guy.
it. Oh,
In
whatever.
fact, he asked me if I wanted to move in with him, and his family was like, I don't want to get between you and your son. I feel like this is weird.
Yes. Has nothing to do with your lack of physical labor capabilities. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Can I do something?
That was a decent comeback. So, yeah, I like this. We got to give Raza a real soundboard. I want you to be in charge of the soundboard when we have a soundboard. I'd rather give you one than me.
I'm gonna weaponize the fuck out of that soundboard.
I like this. We are live, but just to make sure, I didn't ask you guys if I sound like a robot. Am I a robot today?
I mean, you sound like shit. Anyway, so,
I would have told you a long time ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't have.
So how?
Inside Panda?
Sorry?
Are you smoking indoor?
No, I'm in character.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in
Okay.
character. He's in character. Come on,
no
come
problem.
on. This is also YouTube friendly. YouTube friendly. There is no smoking going on camera. There's just things in our hands that happen to go in your mouth.
Oh my God.
And
what goes in your mouth, Bailey? Somebody clip this out of context.
after the thing goes in my mouth, so a big exhale happens that may happen to look smoky, but it's really just because it's very humid in the basement, and it's
there's a
kind
lot
of
of
like
white
fog.
stuff. I mean, the white stuff?
They're so dumb.
Well,
Mother
sometimes that does add context to the vapor clouds that you are emitting. Imagine that. How badass would that be if you could just finish the job and you're just like unbreathed smoke?
Bailey
In
himself.
your case, it's semen.
Oh, God. Bailey's killing the birds, so we all have to pretend to be dead now, okay?
Ha 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 ha.
Where is it?
I'm with it. I like it. Wine Mom, do you have anything to yell at us about before we do the intro?
No.
I gotta take a shit. 1 second.
You guys are just outrageous today. Like unbehaved. Cody's over
Unbehaved?
there cosplaying. Raza's yelling.
I thought he was memeing. He actually decided now to go to the bathroom. All right. That's his cosplaying is good. It's unique, bro. Me and you don't cosplay. You just cosplay as a virtual character.
I do not cosplay as anything. I show up as who I am. Okay. Personality speaks for itself. Just because you guys rely on your faces.
Oh, just because, yeah, we rely on our sexy old faces. All right,
Sexy,
fine.
Sure. That's what you gotta say to help yourself sleep at night.
Yeah.
He cries himself just to sleep, so he isn't really helping himself.
I know.
Raza likes me. Raza likes me.
Why doesn't my dad call me back anymore? Why does my dad not appreciate me?
Why is this doing this? It pissed me off.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe you should tell it to stop.
Update? No, reset. And update. Why is this... Anyways. I'm trying to, my ADHD is, full top gear today. So I'm trying my best, okay?
Hey, I have 4 computer monitors, and I have to keep myself in check, so...
I mean, I'm literally...
It's not a competition who's out disabling one.
Yeah.
another.
Well, I'm literally doing a quiz at the same time I'm doing this.
That's
Oh,
Because
unnecessary.
otherwise I can't focus.
Priorities.
No. It's like background study. It's because I'm practicing my tarot
Why,
knowledge.
Mom? Listen,
it's-
you don't
you
have
need
to
background.
justify yourself
Yeah,
to this
apparently
too.
I do. Apparently I
don't
do,
need to.
Raza.
You
I
don't
have
need
no
to.
respect.
You don't need to.
None
But why?
will
No.
respect me. Why?
Oh my god.
Leave me alone.
Oh my.
Do I do the bit? Should I be doing the bit? Is
I
this
don't know.
what
Are
I
you
do now?
finished bullying me today?
Well, I mean, bullying is subjective.
Really, Bailey? All right. You guys heard that here, right? You guys are witness to that?
Our eyes zoned out.
I am high as a kite.
I'm just applying brotherly love, and sometimes
Bailey, try again. Rewind. Try one more time. If you say brotherly ever again, I will throw you off a cliff. All right? Try again.
I don't bully Wine Mom. Wine Mom is the greatest. She dominates each one of us, and there is not but a life decision that can be made by any one of us in this chat without the great consultancy of the exalted one, Wine Mama. I could not compare any other recorded person in history's knowledge to the vast encyclopedic database that is Wine Mama's record on each one of our lives. I believe that life would be imperfect without Wine Mom's decree.
That's your cue, Raza. Oh, Raza, you failed me. You failed.
I had it ready to go.
Oh my goodness.
So can I be a preacher yet? Was a career change? Okay.
No.
Let's golf clap.
God.
What's up,
everybody? I'm
internets?
Bayley Nargang, and
Welcome to Movie Madness. This week, we watched The Nice Guys, a
Hey,
2016
can you stop
film.
touching yourself? Put your hands in front of you. Jesus Christ, there you go.
Okay, but really though, you should probably take that out of your mouth because it's a bit much.
What, this?
Yeah.
Contextually, that didn't help the audio listeners, but this film was directed by Shane Black. And if you're tuning into this for the first time, what we like to do is take a breather in the madness and create our own while we focus in on a
hands
film.
in front.
At least I'm not touching myself. I'm poking. Come on. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Our movie today is The Nice Guys. And next week, the movie selection is back to Raza. I think it's back to Raza. And Panda is about to give you a spoiler-free synopsis of The Nice Guys. So if you're interested in hearing our personal opinions, you can listen to the spoiler-free review of the film, pause this episode, go watch it, join in, hang out with us, and hear our thoughts on it. So, without any further rambling on my behalf or touching myself, I want to pass the mic to Panda to tell us what this film is about.
Okay, I apologize if this is a little bumpy because once again the internet does not provide a correct synopsis that kind of summarizes everything, so I kind of did this when I was half asleep. And let's go. The Nice Guys, 2016. From writer-director Shane Black, best known for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, and sadly, The Predator, comes his last good film, The Nice Guys. When a single father private eye, played by Ryan Gosling, and a fist for hire, played by Russell Crowe, an unlikely duo that team up to solve the murder of an adult entertainer. This odd pairing, with the unwanted but needed help of the PI's clever, curious, and relentless daughter will uncover more than they're being paid for.
I fucks with it. I fucks with it. I would just try to figure out how to emphasize the comedic element. That would be my only, I guess, that would be the only goofy part that was missed.
Yeah, it's a comedy, action, mystery, crime, thriller. It's a whole bunch of shit.
I mean,
It's a
it's
black
a
comedy.
movie.
It's a black comedy. Just put it black comedy as like its main. That's the main
That
thing.
works.
It is.
I'm with it, and I just do a little giggle because again, content warning. This time, nothing too extreme. Just warning of nudity of.
Oh my
luscious
god!
nudity.
Content warning.
Drugs.
90% of every movie has
Wow,
a content warning.
every movie we picked has had
Nudity.
some sort of extreme content. It's almost like we've experienced a lot of diversity in our life. But so, guys, I did not produce the ads. So, Raza, can you just scream into your mic, and then we'll make the cut here for the audio listeners?
I'm not gonna do that because I have a choir tomorrow. No. Yeah. I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
The other bros can't deny.
All right, done. That works. Okay, so for people tuning in the future, listen to the recorded version. We're back. Hopefully, if you're a new listener, you went and watched the film, or you're tuning in, and this is just like there's no movie magic happening. You also would have seen which film we're watching last week because I inserted it right before the ad break because I'm a genius. Now, we're on to our individual perspectives on the film, and it's the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen The Nice Guys, starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, shout out Stone for the subscription. If you're listening to the audio version of this, there's various ways to support us. You can also hang out live. So I think the person I am most intrigued about, I will leave it up to the debate of the committee, but I would first this week like Wine Mom's opinion on the film.
All right, I'm checking out, guys.
Why you
I
gotta
love you,
throw
Wine Mom.
first?
I love you, Wine Mom.
Why me
'Cause-
first?
Because I feel like we're a bit stereotypical, so I was curious about your diverse thing. I can go first as always. Bebe's always ready to flex what he thought. I'm here full of things to ramble about.
Because Bailey always starts, so it's like it's a good idea to have somebody else start. And
Well, why not you, Raza?
it's because I'm not a good lead. All right.
So why am I?
Because you're a good lead. You literally said you bring.
All right, Wine
everything
Mom, if you
together.
deny it, I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
No, well, hold on. Cody took a deep breath. He was gonna say something.
All right.
Well, what I was going to say is that I believe that Bailey is the only person who had seen nothing of this film prior. Am I
Yes.
correct in saying that? So I know you opened the show, but I feel like you're the outsider. And
right.
you're not obsessed with Russell Crowe, and
Ha!
you don't have a story on a plane involving this movie.
All right, so then after movie magic, I've cut into my opinion. What I had a lot of weird feelings going into it because I am not a Russell Crowe stan. I appreciate the films that Russell Crowe has made that made him a classic. Same with Ryan Gosling. I don't like Ryan Gosling, but he's a good actor. So I kind of have these mixed feelings all the time because I don't want to watch a Ryan Gosling
I
movie.
wish it was Ryan Gosling. Is all I can hear.
Bailey is
from
always
Bailey.
a hater, man.
Yeah.
Always
But he
a
kills
hater.
it. But he kills
I know
it.
him.
Especially in this film, Ryan Gosling's character acting, it would be the most generic buddy cop movie if Ryan Gosling did not just wipe the floor with his character. It was unbelievable how good he did. I liked it a lot. I definitely wouldn't put it in the list of like best movies I've ever seen, but I would give it positive reviews to anyone I've seen. The fight scenes and the action was very intriguing in many ways to me, in that I enjoyed the combination of styles. Like, if there's one reason I have to rewatch the film is because I really enjoy fight choreography and how fight scenes change throughout the generations of entertainment. And this one really gracefully combined like modern action pacing with 70s cop movie, and the way it focused in on certain scenes but still gave you like the shaky cam punches. It was really, that really caught my attention. Then to contrast it, the one funny thing is, as a progressive educated human on the internets, I really loved the daughter. I thought the daughter was a hilarious character, but I couldn't get out of my head the whole time. Like, this movie is just about this father causing serious trauma to this child throughout the entire time. Like, there is so much PTSD to be had. She's like seen people die. Some guy got murdered. She knows that Russell Crowe murdered this person. She's like, this kid's going through it. And we're just like, ha ha, she's along with the bit. I'm like, I like her, but I just couldn't get that out of my head. Then I enjoyed the little details of the character acting, even from like the Russell Crowe character. It was like the perfect character for an old man Russell Crowe, like his waddle. I have met people in that sketchy line of work, and because of the lifestyle they live, they are not the healthiest people. So I thought like Russell Crowe playing that hired arm, I was like, this feels so real to me. Like his acting, the way he played the character, the story. As someone who's delved into weird sides of life, I was like, the Russell Crowe is like on point. It's really weird how on point this is written of a guy who does specifically this job. Then my last point is, actually I got two more, but the last one in terms of artsy shit, like film shit, is the one thing I caught and I couldn't answer. That like the birds were a meme, right? Like, oh, they're choking out the birds, you're killing the birds, but I couldn't figure out what the artsy meaning was of the birds and the bees. And I felt like, of course, it's the birds and the bees. There's got to be something bigger to it, but I was missing it.
Okay, we'll get into the much deeper meaning of this film, which maybe none of you even realized. But the birds and the bees, I think, applies to the adult industry aspect of this film.
Okay. I was thinking it's got to be deeper than that, but that's so okay. I'm interested to hear that then after. And the one compliment I will give it that was like impressive to me is it was a big reminder of the suspension of disbelief you can get from filming and setting your film in this time period, because like their buddy cop shenanigans, there's no cell phones, right? So you can get into a wacky shootout at a party and just drive away, or you can do the John Wick style stuff and it's all of a sudden logical that, oh yeah, you can't be tracked, no one knows who you are. You're just some Russell Crowe slamming some guy's head into the table and no one's going to know who you are or be able to pin you for it. I was like, it was a big weird reminder of like, oh yeah, there's this weird little charm that comes with setting films in this era because you can get away with all this stupid shenanigans.
True.
But yeah, so not the best film ever. I really enjoyed a lot of the little details about it. My progressive alarms were like kind of set off, but it also like did a good way of making it timely. It was period piece disrespectful rather than just over the top. We're going to call people whores a bajillion times. We're going to use it when it's a joke. So right. I was like, okay, I kind of like it, but that's so summary, good, not the best, but good, and I liked.
Sure. Any takers for who wants to go next? I know. You know what? Because Bailey didn't really get into any of the plot points. Raza, you do have a story about the first time you saw this, right? And since it correlates to the beginning of the film, would you be comfortable going up next?
Yeah, sure. I don't. This is my 5th time seeing this movie.
5th.
This movie, by the way. The story. Okay, so the fucking first time I saw it was on a plane, and the plane was going from one Arab country to a Muslim country. So the first scene, you guys remember the first scene, how it's how there's a dead naked lady. Spoiler alert, by the way. In the first scene, well, that edition, that take, or that version I saw of the movie censored it for me, and they censored a bunch of stuff. So when I saw the movie the first time, all of the adult stuff was sort of taken out or like just modified. So I didn't really click for that. And then the second time I saw it, it was in Canada. I was like, oh, it's about prawn. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay. Now's a better movie. Yeah. So, the beginning of the movie sort of like ruined it for me in that instance, but then watching it now, it's like, okay, now I get why the jokes in the movie is the way it is. Even though this is my 5th time seeing it, my opinion about this movie hasn't really changed since the first and second time. I liked it a lot. It's underrated, surprisingly enough. I had to go digging through it to find it. The first time I heard about this movie, and then I saw it on a plane. I was like, huh, weird. But I think Ryan Gosling is interesting in this movie. He doesn't, and this is not a dig at him. He's very kind of flat the entire time. You know what I mean? And then when he's shouting, like, because I know in a lot of movies he doesn't really show any emotions. His eyebrows don't really move a lot. When he's angry, he's just like, I'm angry. That's all I can see from him. And it's the same case here. I did like his dryness, his dry sense of humor, his whole like persona. And then in contrast with Russell Crowe, the more like the I don't give two shits, cut the malarkey type bullshit. It was a good those two had a great dynamic. The scene that kind of stood out for me was the elevator scene where our two leads here had it so no another scene. Sorry, there's two scenes. Russell Crowe is explaining something to Ryan Gosling's character. He's like, "Why did you say it like that? You could have just said it in a short way." And I was thinking that's me and Bailey. Bailey is Russell Crowe. I'm Ryan Gosling. It's like, dude, I'd like just cut all the fact. Tell me exactly what it is.
That was my favorite scene. I watched that thinking like, wow, that must have been what they like auditioned with, because it was like that little, the way he agrees with him after. He was like, well, didn't you like the joke? Yeah, he was like, yeah, it sounded intense. I was like, that was, like, I love that.
And the second part the second scene that actually stood out to me was when they were in the elevator and Ryan Gosling's like, "Oh, Munich, without balls," and then Russell Crowe says like, "Munich, the city in Germany." So yeah, I was playing a game while watching the movie. I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard at that scene. It's the dialogue that really sold it for me. It's the two leads acting. Now to Bailey's thing, did you like the little girl? From what
Yeah, I did like her overall. I had those thoughts of like, wow, this is kind of messed up, but I thought she was great overall. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess it's me because every child I see in a movie, I find them annoying as hell, and this it translates to her. I was just like, I did like, she's good, fine, good character anchor for Ryan Gosling, but other than that, I was like, I don't really care enough about you to be here in this movie. But she did serve her purpose ultimately. Michelle Pfeiffer, is that, did I say her?
Pfeiffer, I think.
Pfeiffer.
Is that not her? Sorry, no.
She's not in this movie, but. Oh, are you talking about the
mom?
governor?
Yeah, the mom.
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. Oh my god,
Yeah.
they all look the same to me. Holy shit.
Eminem's mom in 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, I thought she was she was cool, like little ominous character. Arby, I liked him a lot. Arbiter is in this, Bailey. He's the other guy who goes into Arthur Crow's apartment.
The blue face guy.
No, his boss, like the
Oh
boss.
yeah. Keith David.
Second movie we've watched with
Yes.
him in it, by the way.
Yes, that was the point I forgot to hit. I was stoked that Keith David was in it. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, this is great. I love him.
The OG Spawn, right?
Yeah,
Voice
yeah.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah, and just overall it's a good movie. 8 out of 10. It's just the movie doesn't really. I can't give it anything better because it's a good movie. I just
Yeah.
5 times. Good God.
Fair.
Boy.
Okay, wine mom. Now you have the floor.
Yeah, get in here, wine mom. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I didn't want to go first is because I feel like even though I watched the movie, I literally put my phone down and I watched the movie. I feel like I didn't really absorb much. So, like, I don't know if it's like it just didn't feel memorable to me. Like it was a good movie. I think Ryan did a great job playing that character.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed his character, but it was almost like I felt like his character should be in a different movie or have it like something should have been done differently with him. I don't know why. But
Yeah.
I liked the chemistry between him and Russell. I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you when it comes to the little girl. Like her character was useful for what it was, but I also was kind of like the kid aspect just I don't know, it just adds a stressful part to the movie that's kind of like not necessary.
Yeah.
But I think she had one of the funniest lines in the movie. It's where she's in the room with all the guys and she was like, "Don't say anal and stuff. Just say anal." And I was like, "Yes, you're funny. That's so funny."
I pictured wine mom saying something like
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to me, to me that made that character complete because it gave her that mature aspect. Even though we all know she's a child, that made her seem like a 30-year-old woman. And I just really enjoyed that they did that because it shows that she's a lot more intelligent than she's being perceived. So I did like that. One of my favorite scenes as well is when Ryan's swimming through the pool after the mermaids. I was like,
Yeah,
perfect,
that was a good
beautiful.
scene.
Yeah. And where he does the bang bang scene and he falls off the balcony.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then when Russell comes down there, he's like, "Did you fall off the balcony? Did you roll down here and you lost your bang bang? What?" I was like, yeah, it's exactly. But
I appreciated the writing there because I really didn't expect and I thought the mermaid thing would just be a cutaway, and then the fact that they took the time to insert him being like, "And why are you wet?"
Exactly, because that's the thing is like, so his character, I feel like I've met that person in real life, like multiple times. So just the way that he did the character and those like little things like being in the tank with the mermaids. The guy's like, "Oh, it's free drinks," and then he's like, "Okay, maybe I'm gonna sit down." Pinky promised that I was gonna go get the movie, but instead here I am. Like little things like that, I felt like really made that character good. But with that being said, I liked the movie. I thought it was a good movie. I just didn't find it funny. I didn't laugh out loud once. Like, sure, those things were funny, but they didn't it didn't make me laugh or like I just felt like I had a very straight face thing. Like none of it was that funny to me. Like it was funny, it just wasn't funny to me. If that makes sense.
Well, I'm curious. Is there any movie recently for any of us that has made us laugh out loud? And you can't choose like comedy shows like
Considering it's 2016, the one that did was Sorry to Bother You broke me when I saw Sorry to Bother You. I died in theaters watching that.
Of course it did. Bailey movie. This was the one that made me laugh out loud.
I'm with you.
I did at several points. I haven't laughed out loud at movies for a while. I laughed out loud at the same scene that Wine Mom pointed out, and then the one that Raza pointed out. It's funny that you guys picked the two scenes those were also mine. Yes.
I like the part where he's like in the beginning of the movie. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna break your arm now," and Raga's like, "No."
Yeah.
He screams like a little girl.
Yeah. I was just like, "That's Bailey, 100% doing that to me."
No, but to be honest, like I don't really laugh at movies. For me, my humor is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really laugh at stuff. So unless I'm under the influence of something, I don't really laugh. Because that was the first thing I said to Cody. I was like, yeah, I probably should have smoked a joint before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Before I watched it, because then maybe I would have found it funnier.
It's one of those type of movies I find that like you can kick back and look and like just get nice and toasty because it's not a hard movie to follow.
Exactly. Yeah, because sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to help you out here because you haven't mentioned it yet, but again, it's stoner quality 70s, but also like the aesthetic.
I was just about to get into that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the movie gets appreciated by me just because of the aesthetic. So I really liked the 70s. Like they really leaned into the 70s free carpet porno scene, and I liked that because that like I like timepieces. I like aesthetic stuff. I like it when like the sets are really well done and like everything just kind of all fits in the genre that we're like whatever we're watching. Like if a movie doesn't have aesthetics, I can't enjoy it. So even just down to like the set design, like so the house where Ryan and his daughter lived, I loved it. Like I thought it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and the clothing and stuff, I really enjoyed that too. So aesthetically, it was good. Like that was one of the things I said to Cody. I was like, the aesthetic was good, costumes were good. So it does get that from me.
The lighting was really interesting. Like the lighting was on point because it like was lit per the time period, but didn't feel like it just had a weird orange and amber filter over everything. It was like
I forgot to point this out. I'm watching Doom Patrol right now, and it didn't click until like I watched The Nice Guys again. But Matt Bomer, I think he's a good actor. And one of his husbands like, oh, this is starting to happen quite a bit to me in the last like 5-6 years. That whenever I watch a movie, the subsequent thing I'm watching, whether it's a TV show, an animated thing, or a movie, an actor will be in that one too. This has happened for about 4 of the movies that we have watched. This is what happened.
Weird,
so this is a weird coincidence to me. The ones before we get to Panda, I want to say one more scene that just hit me now is when they go to the burnt house and the kid is like, if you give me $20, I'll show you my thing. It's just like, it's not even worth like, do you want extortion? Like, why am I even talking to you? and then he walks away. I was bawling my eyes out, man. That like whoever wrote this movie, and that goes back. Like Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling are like their characters are dry as hell, and when they deliver these lines, I don't think it's supposed to be funny, but I am like losing my mind of how like just like at the bowling alley, like how he's just like he goes in the washroom. He's like just like I was like, that's not supposed to be funny, but I'm laughing my ass off right now. So
that was a good scene. That was a good scene too, where he struggled to like open the door multiple times, and they told him to turn around. eyes because you see in the mirror.
Yeah.
That was a good scene too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two ones I didn't laugh out loud, but the writer and me got like so stoked. I was like, that would have been so fun and cool to like, okay, he gets in the
Draw
stall, he's
out.
got to stand up and like setting that both those scenes, like pull up to a burnt house, kid rolls up on bike. Can I show you my dick? It's like, I would love to be typing that on a fucking page right now.
It gives me hope that like, okay, not every movie is gonna be bad. We'll get gems like this every now and again.
That's where I'm gonna start actually, because like I don't want to call this movie mid, but it's a type of movie that we don't necessarily get anymore, and if we do, it's usually like a really bad B movie that ends up in the $5 bin at Walmart or on Amazon or Netflix, you know, without a theatrical release. And this movie did underperform, sadly. I would have seen it if I would have known that it was happening. But I think that's a major issue too, is that the promotion was not great. And
Can I just say something?
Yep.
When you recommended the movie, I was surprised because I thought that it was like kind of a, I wouldn't even say a B-list movie, because I'd say with less than that, because I have a Roku TV and it'll advertise things that are like on those random Roku channels that you can find. And it was advertised on like some random Roku channel I've never even heard of. So I was like, okay, this movie can't be that great if it was like a small little company was able to get the rights to share it.
well, it's been a couple of years, right? 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
But even I went on Amazon Prime and it was not for streaming, it was only for rental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even that outdated.
Yeah.
I have a Fire Stick. I was just like, okay, I can get it on Amazon. It's like, no, you gotta buy. It's like, fuck that.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and otherwise we shared a totally legal link in our Discord and watched it through the appropriate means.
No, I bought all of us a rented cog.
Yeah, that's how.
That's smart of you guys, because you know I went to physical places to try and find this movie that's been discontinued in Canada for some reason, but Amazon came through for about $40, which is a little pricey, but I'm happy to have this in my collection now. I got on Blu-ray.
It's worth it though, I find.
Agreed, and like I absolutely love this movie. I've watched it several times. I can't pinpoint how many times, but I wait long enough where I forget just enough information where I want to be surprised by whatever's going to happen. And yeah, Shane Black, again, writing credits. He did all the Lethal Weapon movies, so he is a master of balancing action and comedy that wouldn't necessarily be comedy in real life, but us as viewers watching someone be like, I'm too old for this shit, is relatable and kind of funny because they're defusing a bomb while he's sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Right? And so yeah, I have a lot of appreciation for Shane Black aside from Predator. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is another movie that I was considering showing, but I feel like as far as actors, you know, Wine Mom really likes Russell Crowe, and again, this duo works so well together.
It was good. Yeah, it was a good.
I mean,
pairing.
I do also love Ryan. Like I like both of them. So that's why I said like the chemistry between them was good. Like I do like them both very much.
Right.
So yeah.
And again, it like Raza was saying that they're both kind of bland, right? Bailey, you emphasized on Russell Crowe's character. They're both like set in their ways.
Yeah.
And they're very monotone. But then when they come together, you get this very odd relationship.
And that's, I felt it was of the era. That's the weird, you meet these types of humans in a person. They have this very stone character that's very flat. But then as soon as you get to know them, you see all this quirkiness. Right. So I felt it was very in character for like a 70s bravado macho man who's got both of them. Gosling's a PI, so he's trying to hold on this face like, yeah, I got shit together. Like, I thought it was trying to, like, I thought it reinforced the character, but I do kind of see it, especially when Raza brought up the anger. I was like, like, on reflection, I kind of got to give Raza a point there, because when he was trying to be angry, I was like, yeah, I didn't really buy that as well.
No. No, you're right. What I was saying is just like that when he was yelling at his daughter, get in the closet. That's like one of the few times I saw him be have any emotion. But other than that, it's just like he's just like, I'm Ryan Gosling. Just hear me act. But you are right, Bailey. That's his next thing.
But to tie it all together, these two very bland characters on their own.
Bland. Okay, I want to reiterate something. Bland in a good way, not
yes.
I mean, not bad.
Right. No, but like if you were to meet these people in real life, you probably wouldn't want to hang around them.
Wrong.
Ryan Gosling seems fun.
Wrong.
Wine Mom's gonna be attracted like a goddamn magnet, fam.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I'll watch the shit show happen. Sure, I'll drive the car. No
Sorry,
problem.
Take me home with you, Daddy.
They both smoke in the car. Sorry,
that was I love that.
Yeah,
detail
but it's a
that
convertible, so it's fine.
And the daughter drove him everywhere. I was like,
Yeah.
I love this. This is hilarious.
I'm not necessarily. not necessarily bland, but like hardened characters that are dealing with their own shit, and that kind of ties into the title of the movie, The Nice Guys, because Ryan Gosling's playing a PI that's a piece of shit. He's not doing anything with his life. He's basically scamming old women, and
I was laughing. The first scene, he looks at the urn. I forgot how funny that shit was. It's like, well,
Yeah, see,
I'll do it still.
See, this is what I mean when I say like I watched the. I've like forgot all of these little bits.
Yo,
and resonate with me.
And that was another one of the I forgot it too. And I had another woke thought there. Was shout out to all our old lady extras, because those old lady extras killed it. Just generic no-name old ladies who want to be made fun of by Ryan Gosling. I was like, I fuck with it. They did great, the old ladies in this movie.
So good. I don't know where I was going with that after stating that, but I do want to touch on the daughter because she seems to be a hot topic for all of you. I want to say she's portrayed extremely smart, and I'm not saying that none of you didn't say that, but literally the first time we see her, she's sitting in that abandoned lot where she's reading, right? And I have to remind you guys too that Ryan Gosling's character literally wakes up in the bathtub, which is kind of foreshadowing, I guess, full suit, fully soaked, and he has "You will never be happy" written on the inside of his thumb and finger.
Well, that's where you have the cast on. I got it now. I was like, why did he have that on?
I mean, he had it on this hand technically, but the cast was like key to the movie, right? Because of Russell Crowe breaking his arm.
Right.
But really, this movie is about morals and self-worth. And like Russell Crowe is a good guy, but he's clearly killed people, and he's in this very sadistic business where he's basically getting chump money from like teenage girls to beat up or scare off people, and he's willing to break an arm like it's nothing. And then
in the beginning it was a dad that paid him for the 13-year-old daughter, because right away we start off with inappropriate behavior. Right. But continue. Just to specify. He doesn't just only does things. He's like a do-gooder who does bad to do good.
But it's for cheap money. It's like you owe me like $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even less, because it's the 70s and you could survive off of $30. But by the end of the movie, Ryan Gosling's character "You will never be happy" never has been smudged out, and it's also, like, his daughter is there. He's working well with this partner. He didn't drink right before that final climax, which was like, then he played off what people might think he would do, and even surprised his daughter. And it's kind of like a new chapter for him, despite the final scene being like, "Hey, we're both drinking again," you know, and smoking cigarettes, and we're gonna go into business, fucking up people and scamming old women.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many good parts of this movie.
You just like two just came to mind again.
Feel free to share.
Yeah, you go
Like
first.
the scene where they get the note on the pink cow, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Ryan Gosling does detective work. He's like, no, it's not an airport, and then they drive to the wrong area, and then he's like, I swear to God, it was an airport. I thought it was an airport, and then him and Russell Crowe zoom all the way to the Burbank.
Hotel. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the hotel. So I thought there was many things about this, like, just overall this movie. These two characters are very imperfect, and they're far from, like, movies have imperfect characters, right? And they get to the point where they're all there, all put together. But in this case, they don't get quote unquote fixed. Like, they're slightly better, just closer to the perfect line, but they're still broken, like, imperfect human beings. Ryan Gosling is going to go back to scamming old woman now at the end of this. So I think it's just that fact that they don't really learn anything makes the movie kind of, because the entire time in the movie I was thinking this is like a cartoon. Like a lot of the things that are being said are very, like, cartoonish. A lot of the stuff is a lot of stunts I felt were cartoonish. Ryan Gosling falling on a car and then like walking off as if nothing happens.
The Amelia falling on the car was when I had that. It was like little plot. She jumped from, like, the penthouse of a hotel and fell on their car and just was like,
No. I would argue with you only because I saw the fire escape. I think she ran down the fire escape, only got so far, then jumped down.
Still hurt. It's still at
But I
least
agree.
not able to
I
get
agree.
up and shoot immediately. You know what I mean?
But
I agree.
It's justified because Ryan Gosling's character literally does like a what the fuck moment. Like, where did she come from? And then it comes up again where he's like, oh yeah, we've got her. She, like, jumped on our car.
So Raza mentioned the hippo. Can I a quick detour?
Yep,
Super quick.
yep.
It's the quickest. The Raza mentioned the hippo notes. I just noticed I was really anticipating something to happen with Russell Crowe's vision, because they kept emphasizing whenever he got a note, he had to hold it out to look at it. I was
I
like,
think-
oh,
He had
something's gonna
glasses.
happen.
Yeah, I get what you're
Glasses.
saying. No, I think that was just him trying to avoid being old, because he is old technically, and like he wants to be seen as a young guy. So that's the kind of impression I got from it.
It's a good subtlety for that. It's a good way to write that into the character. I just wonder.
Yeah. That's what I got from it anyway. What, Cody?
Not to mention, aside from the diner scene that we see about him being a hero, the most in-depth background that we have for Russell Crowe's character is that cutscene of his wife being like, I'm cheating on you with your father, and he spits all over her.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's going through, like, a midlife crisis, so if he's getting older, you know, trying not to wear your glasses as much might be a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is, because I can't remember who brought it up. Maybe it was Raza. But Amelia's mom, I felt like every time, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but every time we saw her or every time she filmed, they kind of gave her that like 90s. I know it's supposed to be a 70s movie. Maybe it would be a 70s vibe, but it gave her like that 90s glamour filter, which reminded me of it reminded me of, what are those things called where it's the TV shows that go on forever, forever? Soap opera.
Soap
So
operas.
to me, every time she was filmed, I felt like she wasn't a part of the movie. Like she
I know
was the most
exactly what
serious.
you're talking about.
Are you
actually.
getting what I'm trying to say? Like
I
she
know
was a
exactly
very
what you- yeah.
serious, stoic character, and I think
Like
it
a
was meant to be
filter?
funny.
Like
Yeah,
a
but it
filter was
wasn't.
onto
It
her?
wasn't
Yeah.
right. But it wasn't funny to me, anyways.
Mhm.
I didn't find it funny. But it's almost like they tried to make her seem like this, like, I don't know. It felt like it was like she was a part of like a
Soap
I just
opera.
said it and I've forgotten. A soap
Soap
opera.
opera.
Like that's kind of vibe I got from her. Like she just felt displaced.
Like
I'm
so
sure-
like just shining out on top of her. Yeah, I felt that too.
Cody, let
Yeah.
me go
But
first.
I'm sure
before you
Cody's
say-
about to tell us why.
Because
I'll
the
get
one
there.
thing that I did like, I'll let Cody go after, is like, I'm biased, so that was also not something I brought it up, but since you mentioned, I really enjoyed the vagueness of that too, though. That it wasn't spoon fed to us, that you're like, is she bullshitting? It wasn't just like the whole time, even by the end of the story, it's kind of hinted at that she was up to the fuckery. The daughter thought that she was up to the fuckery, but you still don't really know. And I really liked that about that character, that she was put up in that soap opera way, and you weren't just like in a stereotypical movie like, oh, she's evil. It was a very much like I gotta make my own decision as I'm watching the film. But I'm biased. I love that. I want that, and I know that's a big personal bias for my taste in movies. So that was that stood out to me a lot. I really liked how that character, like you said, had that soap opera filter, and you had to decide if it was fake or not.
Yeah.
Right, and talking about characters, like, there's always got to be straight characters, you know, that play it straight. They are living, like, a real life. And then there's just wacky characters that happen to be in this sort of vision, right? And that kind of goes back to what I wanted to talk about, because you guys were all talking about the daughter. You know, she's very mature, and I feel like she is an essential part of this movie. The movie probably wouldn't work as well if she wasn't there. But it's also, you know, a view of the 70s, and, like, the kid rolling up on the bike and being like, you want to see my... Like, again, you put that in modern day, and it's instantly like a Seth Rogen comedy. In this, it's just like, this is a kid riding around on his bike trying to make some money and being like, I'm going to flex. You want to, you know, take a peek?
It's just like a kid from that era fucking with you because there's no consequences. That's just what you did.
Right.
You just were a little asshole because it didn't matter.
Like, what are you going to do? You don't know where he lives. You can't pick up your cell phone and call someone.
Yeah.
And what's he going to do? He's going to turn around and be like, these guys were asking me questions. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I'm the kid here.
But, so before, like, we can get back into, like, all the funny moments because I've got a few to list off too. But, okay, the serious undertones of this movie. I'm not sure how many of you have seen Chinatown.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
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 I'm actually the only person. I'm actually the only
Yeah, 'cause
person
you're
who
dumb.
hasn't seen it.
'Cause you're dumb.
I started watching it, corrupt version.
Jesus Christ, one wine, Mom. Why don't you just lay it into him more?
Listen, no, Chinatown. Chinatown is one of my favorites. Like probably in my top 20.
So as you all know, Chinatown is about a detective that is looking after a like a cheating situation, and it ends up unfolding more about the city of Los Angeles and much greater things than you'd expect. And Chinatown is literally about water, about the water company. And again, I haven't seen it, but there's the control of water and how it's going to be distributed and who owns it and all that, right? There is a follow-up movie called The Two Jakes with Jack Nicholson, which I haven't seen. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it's the same character as Chinatown. And that movie is about oil.
Oh, I see
Right?
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So this movie is about the motor industry.
Correct, and the air, the
Yeah. So
pollution.
environment.
Right. But I didn't get to the
I
best
am
part.
drunk.
Are you? Oh my
What?
god.
What? When did this happen? Okay, ignore this. Continue. We're
It's
not
okay.
focusing on this. Keep going, Panda.
I'm sorry, Panda. I'm sorry.
Okay. The best part of this is that a third movie was planned for the Chinatown trilogy, but the third one did not get made. But it did in Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
It has
Oh, okay.
it has absolutely no connections as far as writers and all that, but again, you're taking a neo-noir investigation story and there's something much bigger going on, right?
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
Roger Rabbit is about a cheating scandal and a death, and then suddenly the death of more tunes, right?
Okay.
But really, the bad guy's whole thing is I want to destroy Toontown so that we can turn it into a freeway, which is literally the plot that was supposed to happen for the third Chinatown.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. If you ever want to watch Chinatown just with Roger Rabbit, it's literally Roger Rabbit.
Can you just make an Bailey, for an editing nail? When you edit this, I want you to make this part like a standalone alone thing, because this is proper context here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're enjoying it.
Do more work. That's what I'm trying to say.
I hope I'll remember, but I still don't put the markers.
So again, getting back to the nice guys, we have hippies because it's the 70s, and again, you think on the ground surface that this is a very raunchy kind of dark comedy where it's like about the adult film industry, and you think it's about an alcoholic and you think it's about a guy that's hurting people, but really it's about a couple of hippies that are trying to expose the car company that the lead
Well, it explained it. It's like Amber explained it. And it's something that did happen. It's about the catalytic converters. And the catalytic converters are like they go into the toxin. Like when you put them, you take a catalytic converter, it has mercury and a bunch of other dangerous toxins that literally don't degrade over hundreds of years. Mm-hmm. So if you produce hundreds of thousands of cars in Detroit, which was happening at that time, then that would mean you're putting all of these cars and catalytic converters in the dump. But I found it even interesting that they're like, yeah, and Detroit will never die. They kept having this weird, heavy ass, deep meaning of like trying to put it in your face if you're paying attention that like, oh, and this is like the government pumps up this industry saying this town will never die and this industry will never die. But if you're watching this in 2016 or 2023, you're going to know that's not the fucking case of what happened, So I found that as an interesting subtext to add in there. If you're like, oh, if you know current events and you're watching this, then this will make sense.
Right.
Yeah, like to me, like it is a comedy, like what Panda, like you were saying, it's like I agree with what you were saying, but I also think it's a kind of a little bit of a deeper movie. It has a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. It's a black comedy,
right.
But it's like it like I remember watching it the second time and having to rewind shit because I didn't pick it up the first time because it calls back to a lot of stuff. Comedies, black comedies and comedies in general don't do. They just like hit you with a joke and then go on to the next thing. This is, I feel like it kind of like it goes back to its writing, the way it's told. It's like this movie has a lot of things going on, and like you sort of have to think about them. You sort of have to observe them as they're happening. Yeah, laugh at the jokes, but there's also meaning to there's subtext there.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and that's what I ultimately took out of this movie. That is that there's there's this machine that's making this all happen. And comedy in general just are just a flat line where it's like the same beats over again. This is, cutting edge shit. Shout out to Shane Black. Sorry.
Right. Well, what's funny is that on the opposite end, there's so many like physical gags in this movie. And going back to what Bailey was talking about, because he was talking about the fight scenes, right? Now, these are realistic fight scenes. It's not like, again, like you putting up an arm and blocking, and then he goes and he blocks. It's more like you block once, and that guy's gonna learn that, and it's very like brawly, and like, again, if you get hit, you're going down.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
like
it was such an intriguing combination, yeah, because it was very realistic fight scenes, and then it's like Keith Davis stands back, and you see him like tink, like it's a '70s movie. It was like so fluidly integrated, the two styles. I love fight choreography.
Well, it's
and I was
super
like, that was impressive.
realistic in that aspect. That's the thing. Like it's just like not everybody is trained like John Wick, right? They're all taking like hits, and these hits hurt. So, and that's why I like the firefights, like the two of them that happened. That's, I was like, even that is like done.
So speaking of which, almost every single time there's a shootout, there's some innocent bystander that gets shot. and like that's a gag, but also I think that's also a very realistic thing when you're in a heavily populated place like Los Angeles in the 70s, and if you're at a party or if you're in an apartment building that literally is next to another apartment building, someone else is going to get shot. And then like even when they break into Russell Crowe's office, the woman across from his apartment gets shot, and you can hear Keith David be like, shit, like there's repercussions to shooting civilians. Like they're supposed to be there specifically for him. And again, it's a gag, but it's set in reality. And there's so many of them in this movie.
Even when they like the whole scene when our Misty Mountains gets fucking got, that I thought was done very well, like very realistic. He's just like, oh well, here I am, and then it cuts out to the car scene, or her leaning into the window, and then bam, it still hit me because I knew it was coming, but I was like, oh, that's the twist. It still throws you off. So I thought that. That like sort of subtle violence is kind of
it's since you guys are talking about the shootings or whatever, I'll say like the one, like the number one most disappointing thing in the plot for me for the movie was Amelia's death. To me, that was like
she's Misty Mountains, right?
No, Misty's the opening scene.
Yeah,
Amelia
and
is
Misty
daughter
are
of
not
the
the
chasing
same.
the
They're not
yellow
the same
dress.
person.
Yellow
I'm
dress.
talking about then I'm talking about this person that Y Mom is bringing up. That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, her death at the end.
Yeah,
To me, that was just very disappointing to me. Honestly, I was just like, I don't know. I just feel like she was kind of like a snappy girl. Like she had some toughness to her, and the fact that he was like, oh, perfect, bang, driving off.
I thought that was a good twist, though. I thought it was a good twist.
I mean,
I thought it
sure,
played to
but
the realism of the situation. No, sorry. I was just, I want to hear you. Sorry, I was trying to add on. I wasn't trying to interrupt.
No. It's just I'm trying to get to my point here. I just felt like it was disappointing. It was lackluster. They kind of did her character a disservice, and it felt to me like they just wanted to get the movie done. Like they just wanted to end the story, and so that would have added an extra 20 minutes if she continued to live. So they were like, let's just like get it out of the storyline so that we can get to the end where we arrest the mom and do that whole thing. It was like, let's just like skip past it. To me, it just felt like lazy writing.
Fair. That actress, by the way, Margaret Qualley, or
I don't know.
What Alley? She's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She's the hippie that Brad Pitt's obsessed with. I just wanted to point that out.
There,
There are so many great actors in this, and I'm glad that Raza already brought up Matt Bomer, who's in the show Doom Patrol, for those of you who don't watch nerd content, and he is he's
Like,
Larry.
call me out by name if you're gonna do it. Like, at me. Like, I'm literally right here. I'm in the room.
This is one of the few comic book shows I actually think you would like, Wine Mom. But we're not going to focus on that. I want to talk about some of my favorite moments. And, like, again, if you guys want to get into deeper stuff, that's fine. But the toilet scene, again, when I was talking about gags, Ryan, maybe he doesn't get so angry, and he's not so good at getting angre.
He plays a cool guy, though. That's the thing. He plays a cool, sexy guy.
He thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I've not seen that one. Oh, no, never mind. Go on. No detour. No, go.
No, but the whole, like, having your pants down, smoking a cigarette. I love that there's so much cigarette smoking in this movie, by the way. But with the gun out, trying to hold the door open, pull up his pants, dropping the cigarette, and he's got, like, a magazine. It's such a good, like that is like Three Stooges humor, and we barely see that in context that actually works, you know, anymore in film. And it works so fucking well.
Yeah.
Again,
Okay.
Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Charlie Day is the only example that I see it with nowadays.
A slapstick.
Yeah.
He's good, Luigi.
Oh my god. One of my favorite lines, well, it's a couple lines back and forth, which actually comes right before Wine Mom, the one that you pointed out, is there's like whores here and stuff. Sweetheart, how many times have I told you? Don't say and stuff. Just say, Dad, there are whores here. His parenting.
He's not. Yeah.
Again, the two sides of me were going off because I was like, oh, this is weird because he's like teaching his kid to be rude. But I was like, if anything, it's like empowering because you're teaching your kid to like communicate about things appropriately. So it's like a weird catch-22.
I related to that. Yeah, I related to that a lot because that's the kind of relationship that I have with, like, I shouldn't even say it, with my mom and my dad, actually. My mom more so would, like, that's more something she would say to me, but, like, my parents have never been, like, I guess prude about things around me. Like, they always spoke to me as if I was a tiny adult, which is, like, wasn't good because I did act like a tiny adult way too early in my life and got myself in trouble. But I related to that relationship a lot because he did treat her like a tiny adult, and I did like that. Instead of being like, "Oh, you're a child," like exposed her to, like, she was picking him up from the bar, like.
Yeah, and like while they all even her friends started to work on the case with them, it all became a little bit of a huddle too. I was like, oh,
Right.
Scooby Doo all up in this. Where's the fucking dog?
So oddly enough, I wanted to point out that his daughter. So first off, there's the whole thing where we can only assume that his wife died in the fire that burnt down their house, and there's enough grass there for it to be a few years, which means that maybe she doesn't fully remember it. So it's really affecting his character more so than her. So she's the adult, and he's the child, right? At least with the drinking, and again, he's telling her to leave the house most of the time, right? It's like, go be somewhere else, you know, I've got to work. But she reminded me so much of Penny from Inspector Gadget, where Inspector Gadget is such a fuck up, but his niece is the true brain behind the whole operation, right? And brain.
Weird comparison, though.
No, but like, this is the closest thing I've seen to that character, even compared to the Inspector Gadget movie, because they didn't do that so well.
Hey now, Matthew Broderick acted his heart out in that.
I love that movie, but it is not a good adaptation.
It's a great adaptation for 10-year-old Raza. He fucking loved it.
You know that song too?
No.
You can call me Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
Okay, my favorite gag in the movie though is when they're getting rid of that producer's body after Ryan Gosling has fallen down the hill, and they have that back and forth. Why are you wet? Why did you slip? I was in the pool. Why? I was questioning the mermaids. Okay, let's get rid of this body. And they go over to the closest fence, and again, they're in the Beverly Hills in Hollywood. They toss the fucking body over a fence, and it lands on like a Mexican wedding table.
Oh, I saw. Yeah. And then like, oh
that's-
shit.
And that's where I say the charm of the era. Like, that's where I was like, this is the only, because you can do that suspension of disbelief because of the setting of the film. I was like, that's kind of, you can't do that gag elsewise.
Yeah. We were also missing the part where it's like, so Russell Crowe's character is supposed to be like the tough put together guy. But even he's like, so we'll throw up first and then we'll get rid of the body. I was like, okay.
It's so good. Anyone have any other points?
A wine mom pointing out the character development of the child through the horse thing was interesting to me. So wine mom was saying that wine mom didn't realize that until the kid was watching the porn and made the joke that the kid was the full character. Right, that the kid was like, that validated it. And that's at the same time, because like every other buddy cop movie you watch, it's like, oh, the wife or the daughter is like the token or the one in danger, and they never get flushed out. So until Wine Mom noted that, I was like, oh, that's interesting, because it added more stakes to when the daughter was in danger, because we actually got a little bit of her character. And I didn't tie that together until you said that.
Yeah, but it's still,
So that ties into another gag I love, which goes back to the bees. Do I have to go before this?
Are you going to talk about the sleeping scene where they're driving and he falls?
Yes. So
that was hilarious.
So Bailey had brought up the Richard Nixon analogy that Russell Crowe's trying to explain something, and he goes through all of this trouble, and then Ryan Gosling's like, why wouldn't you just tell me that?
Yeah, I know. It's like how I see, that scene where it's like me and Bailey.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that was you talking, Rose. I can't remember at this point.
I said that one.
Okay. So then we get this amazing scene where they are traveling with supposedly money for ransom, which is like ridiculous that at this point that these guys are the ones that are handling this, and they're totally cool about it. Ryan Gosling falls asleep at the wheel, and unbeknownst to us, he is having a dream. And the car starts driving itself, and there is a killer bee in the back seat, voiced by Hannibal Buress.
That's who it was. I was like, I recognize this person. Okay.
I did not click at all. I did not click at all. There's somebody talking. I didn't.
And Russell Crowe shows off this lovely ankle gun that he has, all within a dream. And then cutting later to the hotel, when once again the daughter unsurprisingly shows up, when she shouldn't be there. And she does this whole... before that, Ryan Gosling drops to the floor when they are encountered by Tally, right? And he's like going up and down Russell Crowe's leg looking for this
He's
gun.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And that realization on his face was like, wait, I didn't dream this, did I? Oh, I did. And then Russell Crowe just being like, what is wrong with you is fantastic, right? And then we get the gag of the daughter being like, oh, I can be like room service, walk in, throw this coffee on her, which was
He's like, I like where your head's at. He's like, I like where your head's at. I was like, yes, she's thinking, she's smart.
He's like lying on the floor. I thought That see again to me, all Ryan Gosling is good at doing is being his dry self and delivering these zingers, and then the dryness adds that weight, and like he's bland, but in like I guess it's on purpose.
But it works so much better with him being a father, I think, rather than his other movies, you know? Because
I'd agree.
again, the daughter is such a crucial part in this movie where it's like you can see that he's proud of her, but he's too self-absorbed. But again, he openly says like, "I like where your head's at," right?
Yeah.
And then we,
Well, I don't know if it's so much that he's self-absorbed. I think it's just that he feels so guilty. No, I mean that's a
He's just
factor.
wound up in the moment.
But no, I think he just feels so guilty that the only way to feel okay is to pretend that nothing happened, if that makes
Right.
sense.
And again, as a writer, though, like the suspension of disbelief was like very believable in that scenario, because otherwise the buddy cop movies are always like, oh, Jackie Chan made a funny joke and now Chris Tucker's gonna slap this guy. But this one, I was like, yeah, by doing the weird ankle prank, it's like, yeah, the guy's not gonna shoot you. He's gonna be like, what's happening here? And then same thing with the daughter and the coffee. I was like, oh, this is a cute way to make their relationship a believable one to again add to the character dynamic. There.
What drink does she give to Russell Crowe again?
oh, a Yoo-hoo.
Yeah,
Watered down milkshake, chocolate
Just
milk.
fucking chucks the apples. Like I want this instead.
That was a great little bit too. Like, same scene, the hotel room. Splashes cold water or cold coffee on Hallie, and then she ends up slipping. And I love how often there's like coincidence that they get out of situations in this movie because it really works. And it's like people are flawed and dumb shit happens. I'm okay with it here.
Yeah.
So Ryan Gosling's character is like in love with Tally just because she's so beautiful, right? And even after she's pulled a gun on him and tried to screw them over, when she slips, they pick up their guns and they're about to leave the room. I don't know if you guys caught this, but he picks up a pillow.
He put a pillow under her head. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, which was like, I don't know. It's a gag, but also like...
It was cute. Like, point was made.
Yeah.
I vibe with it.
But I do think it's interesting how, like, it's not really talked about, actually, is the fact that his wife, obviously, or, his daughter's mother, either died in the house or just left him or whatever. The mom is just not existent. That's the plot line there. But
Didn't they explain that,
the
though?
second...
Like, the daughter?
No. But then the second that he finds somebody who's good with his daughter, I don't think it's that he was attracted to her as like this beautiful thing. I think it's like, because you notice him keep leaning over to watch her do magic tricks for his daughter. That's what triggered him to be like, oh, okay, I like her. He's too drunk to even know what she looks like. Let's be real. So he for him, it was like, oh, somebody's being good with my daughter. I think that triggered him to like her like that.
Which might explain why Russell Crowe sticks around. They're gonna go into business together, and because he's also good with the daughter, right?
True.
Well, Russell Crowe stuck around because he was like, there's no way this can make it to adulthood if I don't stick around.
But also on the opposite spectrum, Ryan Gosling, I low-key feel like has that same connection with Russell Crowe, just not in a romantic view, unless there's some sort of...
I feel like Russell Crowe was like dad or older brother vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he was the older brother for sure.
Yeah.
I got that vibe. It's just Ryan Gosling's character was like not at all in tune with the world around him.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Things were just thrown at him. He was like, I'll take this.
Okay, I have two more quick gags. When they're going up in the elevator for the hotel, and they know that they're going into a dangerous situation, and they're choosing to go against their gut feeling. They get on this floor, and there's gunshots, and they peek their head out, and people are dying, and then they decide to just step back into the elevator. They're both silent. And the elevator starts to go down, and you hear, some guy gets thrown out and just falls past them.
Yeah.
And they're just
Yeah.
both like completely silent. Love that gag.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's okay. Yeah, go.
Well, I was just gonna say again, that was like why I wouldn't say best movie ever, but it was still setting up everything well. Because then you see that guy fall out, so then you're already primed. That when Amelia or something falls on the hood of the car, like as a viewer, as from a writing perspective, you're already priming what your plot is going towards.
She did land on her legs on the roof. Just a heads up to you.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, just basically, like even from a gag standpoint, right?
Sure.
Like the rule of thirds, you're showing someone being thrown out a window, and then 2 minutes later, you're gonna have a scene with someone coming out of a window, so the viewer doesn't know that it was already seen as something that's naturally occurring.
Right. I get what you're
We
saying.
get it, Bailey. You know how to shoot movies. Rule of thirds,
Hey,
guys. You know
Dix.
how to shove a rule of thirds in my ass and call me a film director?
Bruh, come on. All right, whatever. Get out of here. What's your dumb point about butts and dicks, Raza? Get in here.
Last gag I want to talk about. When the shootout at Ryan Gosling's house is happening, and he's inside, and Russell Crowe finally jumps in the window, and Ryan Gosling gets his gun from his daughter. You know, he runs to the doorway, and they're quite a little bit of distance away from each other, and Russell Crowe's like, gun? And Ryan Gosling just tosses it right through the fucking window, which is like, I could see myself doing that.
I can see me doing that. And Bailey getting mad at me. Doing that.
Like,
Again,
come on,
yeah, like all throughout this movie, I was just like, I can definitely see me and Bailey fucking get like just our dynamics. He would be yelling at me, be like, Raza, that's not how you do anything. It's 100%, and that's what I thought the entire time. It's like, is that how people see us from the outside? Two disgruntled cops or former cops.
No, Bailey could never be blue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, even there was like that little subtleties of like, because then Ryan Gosling's pouring the bullets and shit into his hands rather than helping him like load the cartridges that were in there.
Yeah.
It's just
Like
like,
how from the cookie jar?
yeah.
Cookie jar, yeah.
His daughter just points a gun at him. He's like, Jesus Christ.
If any of you have any last thoughts before we get to whatever segment Bailey has planned.
We got ad break and then buy it, rent it, skip it. But the ad break, we have no ad, so you're gonna scream into the mic when you're done.
Okay, so when I'm done this closing thing.
Yes,
sir, go ahead.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So are there any other comments anyone else has?
I'm
It
good.
was fine. It was a fine move.
Okay, so what I wanted to point out is our leads aren't really good people, right? Of course, we see the good in them, but they're not the greatest people. But what I do love about this movie, just like how random pedestrians get shot during shootouts, there are good people in this universe. And there's quite a few times that it happens. There's the chauffeur, or the guy that takes the keys to park your car at the party. He sees that Ryan Gosling's daughter is in the trunk, and then Ryan Gosling's like, you know, he's told he's not allowed to leave her in the trunk. He sees his daughter get in that limo, and he notifies Ryan Gosling because he's like, oh, that's this guy's daughter.
Can I just throw something in the mix? Maybe the guy just wanted a tip. And he's like, if I tell him this good thing, he's gonna give me an extra 10. I would totally do.
I'm not defending you next time Bailey goes for your throat. No, but I thought that was a nice little touch because, again, it's like that guy was literally standing there working all night. Probably the most eventful thing was seeing a little girl get out of a trunk, and then to have this fight, shootout, and creepy limo situation. I enjoyed that. The beginning of the film, the young boy who, at first he's doing young boy things, sneaking into his parents' room for an adult magazine, and then you get this car crash, and literally the girl in the magazine is right in front of him, nude and dying, and he has the decency to take off his shirt and cover her. Like, it's not like a dirty situation. Like, it kind of made me think of Charlie's Angels, because Drew Barrymore falls down a cliff and is nude and knocks on the same window as the E.T. house, and two young boys look over and they're like,
that's where I didn't want to be a snob, but I was watching it like, you're telling me your child-sized shirt can't cover the titties and the face? You know what I mean? Like, you could have gone horizontally with t-shirt over both face and titties.
That's just nitpicking.
Exactly.
That's just nitpicking.
You could have been like, rest in peace, rather than just like, I'm going to cover your boobies and then look at you and hope you go to heaven.
When Bailey says this is a dead body, you know what it is? I'm gonna first angle this, see if the measurements are okay, if it's big enough.
Because that means the little boy's looking at her. He's like, okay, you know what? You're going to heaven. I'm worried about your boobs. I've been looking at your boobs, so I'm gonna put this t-shirt on your boobs.
I think you're just like looking at titties.
No, well, that's what the kid was doing. That's what I'm saying. It's what the kid was like, oh, go to heaven, rest in peace. Then maybe you want to do both and like be like, how can I, put her to rest, rather than be like.
It's the gesture, right?
Yeah. Well, he's also a child.
This is true. It's very true. I'm being nitpicky. Raza's right.
Leave the kid from Iron Man 3 alone, okay?
How do you fucking do this?
Who, me?
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's an actor, but from also another.
Because he goes and researches the movie, or he looks at the IMDb's.
But also, same director, Shane Black wrote and directed Iron Man 3, and the kid. Okay. And also, there was big things with that kid being at the funeral of a certain Avenger, but he was grown up, and a lot of people were like, "Who's that? Is that some new hero?" And it's like, no, it's the kid from Iron Man 3.
Can you?
Sorry.
Why were you sending me shit on Instagram?
What? What do you mean? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, Spader.
What do you mean? Okay,
I'm literally listening to you guys talk. What are you even talking
Panda,
about?
scream and/or clap, and then we'll go to our ad break.
One last thing, decent human being in this film is the daughter, of course, who keeps trying to get Russell Crowe from killing people, because of course she had the sense that he had killed John Boy, right? Or no, the Blueface guy.
The Blueface guy, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then John Boy is the guy at the end where he's strangling him, and she's literally has to be like, I will never talk to you again if you kill him. Which, again, it's like, you can knock him out and have the police arrest him. Raza?
Doesn't that also appease to Russell Crowe's character's humanity, that he actually has a moral compass?
But he has killed before, obviously.
Yeah, he's killed before. Yeah. But like, there's still some sort of, like, he isn't morally ambiguous. Like, there's still some sort of like North Star.
And it could be argued too that he was putting Blue-faced dude out of his misery. But he also said, "You made an enemy out of me. He killed his fish. Wine Mom, back me up here. Would you not?"
Yeah, I'm sorry. He tried to make him eat his fish, actually.
Right, even worse.
That's a bit much, yeah.
Okay. That was my scream.
Yeah, see?
I don't want to
anyways,
soundboard for Raza. I trusted Raza with the soundboard. Okay, so we're back.
Sure. It's a pretty big trust.
We're back. We went off this film, and hopefully next time you're here, Raza has a soundboard with quotes from both Vince McMahon as well as Jason Momoa. Now, when we're talking about The Nice Guys 2016, the film, we want to get back to our repeated segment. As we conclude this show, we like to talk about if we want to buy the film, rent the film, or skip it as a recommendation for others. So, I went first as always, so I'll go first here. I don't have a long ranting one. So I still, to be fair, on Bailey's entire spectrum of films, although I talked a lot about this one, still rent it. Just rent it. Love the film. I was going off about how I loved the writing, but at the end of the day, it's just another buddy cop film. And I do actually agree with Wine Mom a little bit. The humor, although funny to me at times, it is laid on thick. Like that one specific style of humor is laid on thick. So if it's not for you, it's just not for you. And I can't make it a good movie to buy because of that reason.
Okay. Raza?
Did Bailey say you said
Rent.
I'll rent it, right? Rent. Okay, so I've seen this movie, as I mentioned, 5 times. Now since it's my 5th time, okay, I'm coming to you as a man seeing it for 5 times now, and I'm telling you, after the 5th time, to me, rent it too, because there's not much you can squeeze out of this movie the 5th time. However, if I saw this movie the 1st and 2nd time, I would say buy it. But as I stand in reality, 5 times now, rent it.
How many times?
Yeah.
Why, Mom?
I'm on the fence because, like, I don't think it's ownable, and it's definitely not skippable. But I don't know if I would rent it, because the thing is, like, it was funny, but again, I feel like you'd have to be under an influence of mind to really enjoy it. So I guess I'm gonna say rent it. Rent it.
Okay.
All right.
And again, it's been discontinued in Canada, which means that it's very unlikely that you'll find it on physical media. I am a physical media collector. So, from me, I bought it off Amazon. If you can find it somewhere else, cheaper than $40, like Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, who knows? Again, listeners in America probably have a better chance of finding this. I say go for it, but maybe you might want to see it first to determine for yourself. But again, yeah. Yeah. I don't... Yeah.
Loud noises!
Yes!
Exactly.
Raza soundboard. Okay, all right. So...
We're gonna have to upload one.
I like this a lot. All right, so as we round off the talks, it sounds like we all enjoyed the film at least, so thank you, Panda, for the recommendation. Go ahead.
I have one last thing to say. So, actually, before we started the podcast, Wine Mom was talking about how she went to go see Russell Crowe's new movie, The Pope's Exorcist. And during his promotion of that film, he was asked about The Nice Guys. And first thing I wanted to say is that he talked about how Ryan Gosling is literally one of the only people that can make him crack up and not get through a scene without laughing, which is fantastic. Because, again, Russell Crowe is an Oscar-winning actor, right? Mm-hmm. So Ryan Gosling's funnier in person than he is in the movies, apparently. And second, they both want a sequel. So even though that this film underperformed, Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling are both trying to get someone to produce a sequel.
Since we've got Panda, the film genius, I have one more question then. Did Shane Black write it with them as the character actors? Like, how were they cast as a duo? How was it written for them? Was there any details regarding that?
It's funny because I think someone was supposed to be in there aside from Russell Crowe.
Okay.
I can't remember the details right now, but apparently it all kind of fell into place as soon as they had the casting of Ryan Gosling. They just had to match someone that would work well off of him, and Russell Crowe ended up being perfect. And I think that, Russell Crowe was supposed to be some movie that didn't end up happening, and whatever actor was supposed to be in that role couldn't And so it kind of worked out. Again, I don't really know specifics, but I'm sure someone out there can leave a comment underneath our YouTube or TikTok or
wherever
you
you're at.
Yep.
That's so on that note, no, sorry, thank you. I thought that would be cute. I didn't think you'd get shy. I thought I would be like, we'd complete each other's sentences and we would like make out after that. But so Raza,
Gross.
I've got Raza, I've got an important question here, Raza. It's one that we reapproach every week, and it's one of the toughest questions we ask ourselves as we return to this movie club on a weekly basis, right? Raza, was Bo Burnham in The Nice Guys?
Oh my god, I hate this bit.
This is a segment.
I hate
was he? I don't know.
Well,
I think he
Raza,
was.
yes,
I think he was.
yes. He was actually cast to play Ryan Gosling's daughter, but he was too excited to watch the Pinot flicks in that one scene.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Other than that, Wine Mom. If you're listening to the audio version of this, you're catching us on YouTube. We've been doing this for a few episodes. Wine Mom, where can they find us? And where can they find the lovely talent of yourself and Panda?
I don't exist on the internet. I'm a figment of your imagination. But you can find this show on Discord, which also Instagram, and also YouTube, and also Spotify. So go over there. Also Patreon.
Also there.
Patreon. But yeah, as far as Cody, I have no idea either.
Patreon's getting fixed up in the next few weeks because I want to be able to have it more friendly for Twitch / as nerdy people as us. I want to make the Patreon the accessible one for people who aren't super fans, because then otherwise you can just sub to our Twitch and get all the wonderful benefits of that.
No way.
Okay, and coming soon, not only will we have VTube Wine Mom, Raza's going to have a good soundboard. We're going to negotiate. We're going to give him a limit. He's not allowed to go ham. He's allowed to have 4 custom noises, if I had to estimate off top. Otherwise, you're listening to the recorded version of this. What makes us unique is we record it live. Our homie Sensei, Afro the Ultimate African on Twitch, always hangs out and gives us tech support, whatever we need, and he is the sensei of the century. So, if you're listening to the recorded version of this, come hang out with us next time. Come tell Panda why his opinions are wrong. Tell Wine Mom about the details of your life. That. Because then she can tell you about what to do, because I can only make correct decisions if Wine Mom gives input. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning into this movie club. We're going straight to the hanging version, so stick around everyone. All right.
Bye.
Okay. Flipped it over. I'm going to the bathroom. Yeah, we're still live, but we're on the hanging version now.
Okay. So Raza, I was sending you stuff because I didn't realize today was Met Gala Day. And do you see how perfect Miss Anne Hathaway is looking?
I have retweeted a bunch of pictures on Twitter. Yes.
Raza, Anne Hathaway.
I love Anne Hathaway.
Perfect.
Anne Hathaway is what happens when you're unproblematic.
Also, Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek. She's in her all red. They look so cute.
I heard.
What? Oh.
I don't know. Cody's trying to have opinions when I think he wants to go pee, but let's talk.
Go pee.
About Met Gala.
I saw Arby, Amara Pats too, and then Jenna Ortega.
I see. The ones that I sent you are the only ones that I care about.
Where's my phone?
That's it.
Yeah, I just didn't. I thought Met Gala happens. Oh, it is May. Oh, I was like, doesn't it only happen in May? They're like, oh wait, fucking.
But let me go back and look at the ones.
May.
Okay, so Nicole Kidman. Hello.
Who's this?
You know who Nicole Kidman is.
Yeah.
You don't know who that is?
This last one, Giselle.
Adam Levine's wife.
Oh, that's when he cheated on with her.
That's
right?
what he cheated on with,
Yeah.
or cheated on.
On
Yeah, with
Di-
everybody in the
yes.
world.
Yeah.
Isn't she fucking gorgeous?
Yeah.
Like
sure,
her
sure.
outfit. So this year's theme, if I'm correct, is around the famous director. I think he was from. Hold on, it's here
Doja Cat
somewhere.
looks like a fucking cat. Oh my god.
I know. So it's Carl. What the frig is his name? It's Carl something. But
Okay.
he's a director. He was the director of I think Gucci, but I could be wrong.
Oh. I like the Jared Leto one. Fucking, he's a furry.
But he was the guy who carried the white cat all the time. So that's why they are dressed as cats. Look him up, Raza. What's his name? Met Gala. Here we go. Carl Lagerfeld. So it's a line of beauty. So it's him. And who did he design for? Hold on. Because him and Kim were very close. Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
yeah.
Chanel. He did Chanel. He was a creative director of Chanel.
Okay.
Talking about Virgil?
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
No,
Virgil
Carl
is-
Lagerfeld.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because he just died recently. But anyways, he was the Kardashians, which is crazy because the Kardashians were supposedly not invited to the Met Gala this year.
Yeah, but then Kim is there.
Because of Kim's fiasco last year. But Kim, Kylie, North, Stormy, and Kendall, all there.
Okay, so add some context.
What's happening?
What fiasco?
Okay, so last year, Kim wore Marilyn's dress.
Oh, yes. Okay,
And
I forgot about this.
It was a beautiful moment, but everyone was like, "What the actual freak show?"
Right.
And so there was a lot of controversy around it. So she apparently wasn't invited this year, but somehow she's there. But I think that's because how can you have a Carl themed show and not have the Kardashians when like they worked so close together? Same with Anna Wintour. Wintour, she also with them. So it's like,
Right, Raza?
obviously they were gonna like be there.
I'm paying attention, man.
Anyways,
I'm a good neighbor.
No, I support it.
I'm just saying Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, she looks
Perfect.
fine. Dude, like it's unfair.
I'll
Unfair.
send it to you, Bailey.
Her
'Cause she looks
fiance
like
I'm with you.
was tried for embezzlement.
she looks like a dream. I literally love Anne Hathaway so much. She has
too.
literally not aged a day
I
from the
know.
time she was 16.
Yeah, sure. That's I guess we're. I 20. Let's keep it at 20.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, no, I liked her.
be alive.
In what are you doing, Bailey? Holy fuck.
Get another charger, grumpy boy.
I liked her in the fucking
Princess
One
Bride,
Day. Well, Princess Diaries first of all.
Princess Diaries. Okay, all right.
Jesus Christ. And then Aline Enchanted. That shit was fire. And then of course he was in Devil Wears Prada. That was really good. I like that one. And then Interstellar. Man, she comes in a lot of shit, eh? Holy fuck.
Yeah, she's a well-known actress. Like she's been in stuff for a while.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
But she's so perfect. She looks great. Also Nicole Kidman. I am a huge Nicole Kidman, like I think she's so gorgeous. I love Jennifer. Like Jennifer Aniston is my all-time, but Nicole Kidman's a close number 2. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If I had to rank,
I mean, you don't have to like her, but it's the truth.
if I have to, no, I think Nicole Kidman is all up there. I don't know about Jennifer Aniston.
Well, but see, also, okay, don't talk shit about Jenna Aniston. Don't even
She's like
try
the
it.
average to me. She looks like an average.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I mean. She's like the perfect. Anyways, we're not gonna get into it.
Anne
She is.
Hathaway is
She is.
perfect.
Anyway.
Allison Brie. I think Allison Brie.
You're
Oh my
boring,
gosh,
Bailey.
Bailey. We know that you like the boring white girls. We get it.
You're boring.
Jennifer
Bailey.
Aniston is not boring white girl.
I have my
mean-
reasonings for her. Okay. Anyway,
Your own
You're
personal
wrong.
attractions are
Nicole
acceptable
Kidman.
reasons.
Nicole Kidman is so adorable, and her little Keith Urban, the
Yeah.
country guy, is
Yeah.
like the cutest thing.
I discovered she was Australian in 2012.
I didn't know that till now. It's irrelevant. I respect your statement there. But anyways, I love her. She looks so good. Her dress is so
Yeah.
cute. That actress that Panda really likes, Florence Plume or whatever the freak her name is. Her outfit is probably like the ugliest thing I've ever seen. She's like shaved her head, so she's bald. She shaved all her hair off, and she's wearing like a weird feather crown. It just looks horrible. Did you see it, Raza? Did you look?
No.
Did you see it?
Did you send it to me?
Look at it.
Who's wearing a feather
No,
crown?
I didn't because it was one I didn't care about.
Then why am I?
She looks like, yeah. I mean,
It's horrible. It looks so terrible.
she probably
Jared
changed.
Leto is a furry, so
Yeah, his look is terrible too. I didn't like it either.
Jen Ortega looks like kind of fine.
She looks boring. She looks
Yeah.
boring. Sorry,
Uh,
she's just boring.
Robert Pattinson, if he
Yeah,
has a
his wife or girlfriend, whoever she
Girlfriend.
is, perfect. Her outfit, gorgeous. Love it. She looks
What the
so
fu-
good.
Florence. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Florence probably shaved her head for some movie or something.
Yeah, Dune.
But-
Dude, it just
oh,
looks so. It looks
No,
so
I
bad.
wrote it. Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it literally looks so bad, and I don't even. It doesn't even go with the theme. Like I don't know what she's what. Her, I mean, maybe it does go with the theme because I don't know what she's
It's-
wearing. Like I don't know what vintage piece she's if it's even vintage, but it just looks. I don't know. It's bad.
Oh, Jenny from Blackpink is out here. Or Dua Lipa.
Yes.
yeah.
Dua Lipa looks good too. I sent you hers.
You mean Barbie?
Yeah. And John Cena.
And John Cena.
John Cena is going to be a mermaid in Barbie.
He's
Oh,
gonna
no.
be in me if he continues being that. What is this? Who's sounding us shit? Oh, yeah. She looks like her character in Dune.
It just looks so bad. Like I don't like who did that to her. Because her last year look was good.
She
Like her
doesn't
last year look was really good.
the headpiece is the deal breaker.
It all looks lazy. Like the black bow, like, and the rounded neck thing. It does not look good. It does not look good at all.
What have we all been watching this week? We heard from Y Mom about the Pope's Exorcist.
I'm literally talking about actors and actresses at the Met Gala, and Cody's like, no.
Because the Met Gala is overrated and they all usually look like trash.
It's
in
the
my opinion.
biggest fashion show of the year.
So I'm gonna just hop in here and say, I saw the Mario movie today.
Yeah.
How was that?
You've been sinning.
Up, down.
It's fine. Charlie Day
It's fine.
is better.
He kills it.
He's better
yeah.
than Chris Pratt, yeah. Even though he's barely in the movie.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, he's the Princess Peach in this situation. He's been captured. I haven't seen it yet, by the way.
Yeah, he's the one that's been captured. Peach is his.
Peach.
She's. It's like
I'm so sick of seeing that fucking meme. I'm so sick of that shit. It's been used for everything, of course. As soon as I saw the first OF girl using that, I was like, of course. How did how did I not know this immediately? I was like, this is never gonna disappear now.
But it's Jack Black, so it gets a pass.
Um,
I'm pulling a wine mom.
Joe, what's his face? Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen.
Joe Budden.
He kills it. He's a good Donkey Kong.
Okay. I watched Ghosted after Raza had told me about it.
Yeah.
And it was like a one-time watch kind of thing, but that 3 minutes of cameos, worth it, I think.
Yeah. I knew. I was just like, Panda's gonna like this because
Yeah.
it's got fucking what's his face, Harold, in it.
Yeah, Spike
Yeah,
from the live-action
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop Wine Mom makes an appearance.
I like him
And
as
then-
an actor. He's
You already told me this.
No, I told you Jet shows up.
oh,
He's
so
the
similar casting directors or director.
What in the world is happening, Wine Mom?
None of your business.
Yeah.
I gotta get snacks.
Yeah. So and then yeah, it's got Anthony Mackie, you know, Falcon Bailey, and then
How could you
the Winter
even hear
Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
because it was loud as fuck.
Yeah, it was very
that?
loud.
No, but my mic is all the way in the other room.
Well, that's called force.
It's called you're a fibber. You're making shit up.
All right.
It was loud.
Hey.
Loud noises!
Exactly.
Yeah. So it, and then of course Ryan Reynolds plays a fucking cameo in this.
It worked.
Cameos. It's not cameos. The cameos don't really do or not work. There's there, and then there's a blip, and then they move on. Yeah. I was just like, I already forgot a huge chunk of that movie by and plus much of it. It's a very safe movie.
Right.
It's fine.
After we watched Enemy, I went and watched Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods, which was it had some moments.
Good moments. Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll look it up because I'll try my best to pronounce his name. Show me the character list or actor list, please.
Rob
Crunch.
Panda is looking at. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I can see your screen, Bailey. So
Yeah, I was looking.
Don't watch anything inappropriate, pal.
Don't worry, I was looking
Screaming.
at funny Jared Leto photos, so there's nothing weird about it.
Okay, sorry.
That's a little
Panda.
bit weird.
These two are just gonna fucking.
Digimon Hunsu, who's been around for forever. He's in Gladiator. He kills it as the wizard in the second Shazam. He didn't really get a huge part in the first one, but the second one really works. Underrated actor, and he wasn't getting paid properly. Again, you know, all those deniers of equality of different races and genders, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's starting to be appreciated. But he was literally in Gladiator and in other films that were nominated for Oscars. So
Yeah. I just saw another movie with him. See, the coincidence it's happening in live action, like in real time. The fuck, I saw
No, you guys
Kingsman.
are sharing details. No, you guys are sharing details.
No,
I
and then
never
I
mentioned this.
and I
never
just got
mentioned
caught
this.
up on all of Always Sunny, so there's my thread in terms of the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
wait, does he show up
Charlie
in the
Day,
show?
because the Charlie Day was in all the shit you guys were talking
Okay,
about.
right.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's another
Come
Bailey. I
on.
want to feel included.
Come
Hey,
on, bro.
bro.
I just thought it's still.
Oh.
All right, whatever. Get out of here.
Fighter of the
Oh,
night,
no.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Bailey.
I made that as a ringtone for my roommate back in the day. That was fire. And then I watched the new Gundam series. The new Gundam
Right.
series
it
really
good?
paid off.
Thanks for
It paid
telling
off.
me about it.
It paid off. Wine Mom might actually like it. It gets weird. It gets real Gundam-y real quick. It's like really cutesy, and I really like how it changed tone really quick. But otherwise, I won't talk about it. I'll stay off giant robots.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
I'll send you the prologue.
Thank you. That'd be nice.
There's a question for you in chat, Panda.
Why are you so
Sorry.
annoying?
Afro.
Last Action Hero. When are y'all gonna watch Last Action Hero?
Okay, so actually, I have a plan. I don't know when this is going to happen. So until then, I'm just going to be trying to make the best judgment of choices. Again, I chose The Nice Guys because I wanted to break up the format of like serious, dark, fucked up movies that I've chosen so far. And I feel like it was semi a break because it is a rated R movie with like a lot of death and stuff, but it's funny.
But it didn't go like, I need to write a fucking thesis like we did for the last one, and well, except for from New
Listen,
York.
don't,
It's like-
don't bully
Pitch
enemy.
Black.
Don't bully enemy. Okay, get out of here.
Enemy was great, but
It was a good movie.
I had to sit down and prepare myself for the podcast.
Well, me and Raza were
That's a you
talking.
problem.
Me and Raza were talking while he was streaming Jedi, blah blah blah. and
Survivor.
Fucking great.
All right,
And-
weirdo.
And Raza had brought up a movie that I have on my list. And again, Enemy was on my list as well. So I'm glad that we're getting to a point where it's like, I'm not having to worry that a film might not get shown at some point.
Mhm.
Last Action Hero would be an interesting one, but Wine Mom would probably hate it. I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
If you know I'm not gonna like it, then don't make me watch it. Like, spare yourselves the sadness of me shitting on a movie you like.
The whole time you're just going to be like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter's blonde, so you love her. And yeah, she played Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat, so I do love her, okay?
Exactly. So then shut
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
you do it to
Both of you.
yourself.
Let's
Get
go.
some
Cage match.
Yeah.
But my plan, for myself anyways, I'm going to try and get one of those bingo crates.
Not
Alright.
a good idea, actually. I think I may steal that too.
I mean,
What?
you know... What?
What do you mean a bingo thing?
Like
So you
with the
think-
balls and you turn the thing.
Cages. Yeah. So then I could just put a bunch of movies in and then randomly be like, all right, this week we're watching Shrek Forever After.
If you can
We're not
figure out a
watching
fun
Shrek
way to
on the
film
podcast.
it, I'll donate a gumball machine if you can figure out how to make a gumball machine work.
I do have a gumball machine.
You could just buy little gotcha balls and like put the fortune cookie things inside.
And then I get a quarter every time we do a movie.
There's a little cinematic shot for the YouTube video, a little coin drop during the thing.
If I get a camera, I do plan on doing like skits that you can choose or choose not to include.
I will take any assistance with adding to the production of this.
Going back to movies we watched. I watched 3 horror movies in a row because I tend to do 3s. I watched a terrible movie called The Offering, which was straight to DVD. Yeah. Avoid that movie.
Also, Smile, isn't that the other one you did?
No, Smile I watched a while ago, which was... Yeah. Infinity Pool, which is the latest Brandon...
Which looks really good, and I want to see it today.
Yeah,
I'm not going to spoil it.
It's got Shia LaBeouf's wife in it, right?
Yeah, Mia Goth, Alexander Skarsgård, and then the other actress. Who,
Oh, dude, fuck. Again. I'm watching a show, Succession, with Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, he's in that?
He's in it, yeah. He's the worst. He's a fucking cocksucker in that one.
I love him as an actor, and he can do.
I don't. I'm getting to the point where enough of you and your family. Okay, you're in everything.
So maybe you should broaden your horizon.
Yeah. They're in everything. Everything.
I mean, the Skarsgårds are in like everything.
You turn over a stone, a Skarsgård pops up.
Pennywise. Vikings.
Watch the next movie.
Candyman.
The Bollywood movie, and they show up in that.
Hold on. The Skarsgård guy in the Vikings.
Yeah.
Such a great actor. Such a good character. Does such a good job at the low-key character. So good. If you guys haven't watched Vikings, because I know you guys haven't. Bailey's laughing over there. I know you guys haven't.
No, I'm having a good time with
like
Afro in the chat. I'm having a good time with Afro in the chat. Shout out Afro. Sorry. Yeah, no, I've seen the first 3 seasons of Vikings, and I just never really finished it. But I don't really have a big hate speech about it. I just didn't finish.
There was a plot line that I wasn't interested in experiencing, so I stopped watching. Yeah. And so I didn't want to experience that, so I didn't go back to it yet. But I plan on it. Because it's on Netflix now, so.
So speaking of Vikings, the third horror... Oh, I suggest Infinity Pool if you like weird shit, by the way. That's all I'm going to say.
Eyes Wide Shut?
No. Speaking of...
It's not weird. It's not weird like that. Why would you say, no?
It's weirder.
Weird like that?
It's weirder.
Okay, so it's in that genre of weirdness.
No.
Okay, buddy. Anyways, continue. Snotty.
Speaking of Vikings, Lily's favorite, Wine Mom's favorite show. I'm sorry.
They call me Lily here too. It's fine.
Okay, Evil Dead Rise. I saw in theaters. There's a lot of controversy right now throughout the Evil Dead fan base. It is a tame movie. Do not compare it to any other Evil Dead, or you're going to go insane and become like a Marvel DC person that's like, they didn't do this and they didn't do that and there should have been more gore and I don't like that they're a family. And
but you're saying that because the actress.
Yes, the mother, the essential person that gets possessed in Evil Dead is in Vikings. That's the connection there.
She's a princess, Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Following.
You know, with the dogs?
Yeah.
I loved Evil Dead Rise. It's the first time we've seen, aside from the Ash versus Evil Dead show, and again, Evil Dead 2013, and this is the follow-up, Evil Dead Rise. This takes place in an apartment building. So it's, all the movies were in the woods or in medieval times, and now we get an apartment building with interesting aspects of surviving and gore, and I loved it. There's haters out there.
It's doing very good at the box office. Yeah.
It doubled its money opening night.
Especially and
Warner Brothers was going to release it straight to home streaming.
Yeah, no, and it's like, for the first time in a minute, I've seen critics in the audience agree that this is one of the best movies so far to come out. So I will check it out, but that requires me leaving my house and going to the movie theater. So
just wait a month or something, or two.
How savvy are you on the actual distribution shit? Can I ask a nerdy ass question about the film industry?
Of course.
Right. So previously, right, like part of the issue with distribution is there was a high physical cost towards solving how to, like, if I want to release the film in theaters, I got to print out this many films, I got to throw it to this many theaters, that's $1 bajillion. Right now, you have the debate about if you want to do it in streaming or if you want to send it to the theaters, but now you don't have to send as expensive film pieces to each theater. So
right.
Why would a company be adverse to put, say, that type of movie in theaters when it's already, like, if it's got a $20 million budget, that's probably only $200,000 to do now. That's not really, it's not $2 million job like it used to be.
Yeah, the movie was literally made for 13 million,
Yes.
which is nothing.
So that's nothing. Okay, but then so that would still be a high percentage. If you had it distributed to theaters, you'd still have to pay like a couple $100,000. So that still would be way more than like a publisher wouldn't want to put that up.
Right. So the portion that you're talking about, as far as theaters and all that, it's not as much as you think, because they basically say you take the budget and you divide it in two, and half of that is promotion alone.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, Evil Dead Rise was made for under 7 million, and then the other half went to, distributing it marketing wise. That's why we're seeing commercials everywhere for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's debatable, and you have to really know the numbers to get into all of that. But again, we're in a weird period where, Black Widow was supposed to come out in theaters, and Disney was like, well, it's COVID, so we're just going to release it directly on Disney. Which, in my opinion, as far as a movie goes, maybe it would have been better to see on the big screen, but it was not a good film. But then you jump to the numbers of HBO Max, or it's just called Max now. They changed the title.
Yeah.
Within a month, they released Mortal Kombat, the newer one, during COVID, and they released Zack Snyder's Justice League. And so Mortal Kombat, I think you got with the subscription to Max, but you had to pay for the actual film of Justice League, like Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then you got to keep it for 24 hours. And
I know because I had HBO Max and it was available there. You didn't have to buy it.
Okay, maybe I'm just getting caught up in because we have Crave and then you have to pay for HBO, so maybe I'm wrong there.
Maybe yeah, because Crave is a separate. Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
But anyways,
chaos.
HBO
Okay,
Max. HBO Max at the time was very new, and they literally dropped a teaser for here's all the movies that are coming out, and we're going to be dropping like a movie every week or 2 weeks. And Netflix was doing something similar, but with Netflix you get, okay, we're getting Stranger Things, but then the next week it's going to be some C-level movie that...
Yeah.
And again, so views and all that come into... But I think with HBO, they really banked because they were brand new, and it was $14.
All the licenses too. They don't have to ask anybody to lecture things. Things.
Yeah, and you have an inherent branding advantage with HBO just because of what reputation they built over time.
Well, that's the funny thing is, so HBO Max and Warner Brothers were entangled, but Warner Brothers has shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. And that's what happened to Zack Snyder's vision. Whether you like Zack Snyder's films or not, if it wasn't for Warner Brothers, then Suicide Squad wouldn't have turned out the way it did, which everyone calls a 2-hour music video with Harley Quinn, right? Because they literally took David Ayer, who was in line with Zack Snyder, and changed half the film. Those creatures, the Queen, that would take over humans and they'd be all eyes and bubbly and stuff like that. Those were supposed to be parademons, which would have tied directly into Justice League, which was supposed to be a 2 or 3-part series. No, I know I'm getting nerdy, but
I needed the escape bar, please.
Okay. But the money aspect, Warner Brothers was terrible with it, and Netflix is grasping. So the distributing of different locations is kind of crazy right now, and that's the thing is Paramount apparently is doing really well because they have Yellow Jackets. I think was Succession on HBO or
Yeah, it was on HBO.
Okay. But they have some other shows on Paramount right now, Fatal
Like
Attraction is
HBO.
coming out.
Yeah, HBO is killing it in the TV market because a lot of the shows right now are the best. All the best shows on TV are either Paramount or HBO.
Right.
All the good movies are somewhere else, but yeah, they're playing. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but
Because you get more residual views from series over time than films at the moment.
And to wrap it all up, so Wine Mom doesn't have to hear my voice anymore. Specifically with horror movies, I've said this time and time again, but horror movies are literally the cheapest movie to make. And ever since Paranormal Activity did so well with like a $300,000 budget and instantly made like, yeah, but that's like again, Paranormal Activity was the send off for like, okay, so we did good with Insidious. Guess what? You're getting 5 more. You did good with Conjuring. You're getting 8 more, right? And then we're getting all like the Chucky remake for it was a remake for absolutely no reason other than the company needing to hold on to Child's Play, the name, the brand, right? And so Warner Brothers, I don't think had faith because again, the big suits don't really know what the fuck they're doing, but they have the money. So when they look at Evil Dead Rise and they're like, "Oh, it's a possession movie with women leads. No one's gonna pay to see this, and we're not gonna make back our 12 million,
Yeah.
13 million." And then
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business, and they sort of have to make their money back. That's the
of course,
that's the issue. I see where you're coming from, and like that's a dilemma in many other industries as well. It's just like there are people up there that see numbers, and there's people always below who see the vision, a different vision. But yeah, I agree.
True.
And real, true and real.
No, I just find it interesting because then that's overall like why people produce more. It's starting to shift again around this time because television series are having the superior market. So if you can get your concept funded as a pilot to turn into a series, it's a lot easier to get funding at the moment. But before like 2019 to like 2016, the route was to make a film like Enemy. And you take that film for Enemy that made 10 million, you tour it around the film festival market, get it syndicated, make about 100 million off of that, and then you take that reputation
Bailey is never gonna let that go.
No, I'm just showing like that was the hustle and building style because that's like why you make a film like that so that you can get the money to make bigger things.
who was in that movie again?
Oh my god.
Bo Burnham.
Anyway, so I went.
I missed a soundboard. Fuck.
Sorry, go on.
I went to go see The Pope's Exorcist.
Right.
And I saw it in theater, and I went by myself.
You're such a fucking loser.
Because I do think that that's a thing. So.
Inside joke.
Yeah, how'd you like it? How'd you like it? Did you find yourself feeling more zen? Did you enjoy the art form more thoroughly? Did you feel present?
Listen, so I know we talked about it earlier briefly. It was mentioned. It is a Russell Crowe movie, but I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's something you have to see in theater. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much had I seen it at home because in theater it forced me to pay a lot more attention more in the story. Because like I put my phone down obviously in the theater. But I was telling Cody it was a really good movie and there was humor in it, but they did a really good job with the humor to not make it like misplaced. Because it's technically supposed to be like I guess like a thriller type movie. I don't know. Maybe it's just I didn't feel scared because I didn't think it was very horror-y, but Anyways, I'm just bringing it up because I think you guys should watch it, or I'm gonna make you guys watch it. So
I got a bunch of games I gotta play before I watch a movie while I'm on, so I'm already.
I'll need to be
booked up.
harassed,
that's
or you
too
can
bad.
make
That's
us
too
watch it.
bad. That's too bad. Bailey, I think you would like it probably as much as I do.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
like
I
that.
think I definitely will like it more than you, but I think you'll appreciate it. Especially because like the lore is really well done because of the premise of what it is. Because
Okay.
it's obviously it's an Exorcist movie, which has Cody, stop it, you're being immature. Which is an Exorcist movie. It also has to do with the Vatican and the Pope and all of that stuff. So there's a few references, but the lore is done really well.
So I
So
could
I-
watch
Cody,
it for like funsies. I
stop.
just pulled it up on IMDb. Yeah, I
Watch
guess
the
I could
trailer.
watch it for funsies. All right.
So
Watch
I have
the trailer. Listen, watch the trailer, and if it doesn't, watch it. But I really liked it because I thought it was really well done.
Oh, my mom, you've
Cody,
inspired me.
how are you getting worse by the second here, and you've only had like 3 shots? It's enough
Actually,
now.
I finished a quarter of this,
Jesus Christ, it's Monday.
and this is halfway.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
well, stop it. Stop.
And
You're stressing me out.
I was about to
Stop.
say something like,
Go ahead,
in
say
your
something nice if
defense,
that's what
but
you're gonna do. But just
no,
you're stressing
not
me out with
anymore.
alcohol.
I'm petty.
Good, don't then. Then get
Okay.
out of the
Can I
fucking
just jump
call.
in for a second?
Yes,
Can I
Raza.
just jump
Yeah.
in
What's up?
before
What's up?
you
What's
go?
up, Raza?
My mom has inspired me for the movie that we're gonna watch. She said Pope and Vatican stuff, so I'm thinking, why don't we watch the hit movie Tom Hanks' Angels and Demons? There you go.
What?
Really?
Based off of my
That's what
favorite
you want?
book series with Dan
Third
Brown.
one?
The second one.
Are you making fun of me? Are you mocking me?
The second one. There's the Da Vinci Code, and then, well, in order, it's Angel and Demons, and then there's Da Vinci
Yes.
Code, and
But are
then
you
there,
mocking me?
I'm not, no.
Okay.
Are you being serious?
A hundo.
Is Ewan McGregor in this one?
Ewan McGregor is in this one, yeah.
Okay.
And so is Tom Hanks.
If you want, this is
I'm
one of my
fucking-
favorite books. I loved this
You
as
like
a
this
book.
one?
As a book, out of all of his books, this was the
I like
best of the series.
Inferno. I like Inferno a lot more.
Movie wise, the first one was the best. I saw it
Da
3
Vinci
times in
Code?
theaters. Yeah.
I played a game on PlayStation. It was a game.
The tattoo I have on my back is from Angels and Demons.
You are such a fucking, like, you are archetype of just a, you should be the band. Man. Why do you mean be the band?
What's a weeb, but when it comes to religion?
That's so bad, Bailey. You have just given me more stuff to make fun of you about now. I gotta write that. Can someone Bailey's Angels and Demon tattoo?
It's based
I
on
didn't
real
even-
stuff,
I didn't
and they
even know
made
you
the
had a
thing up.
tattoo on your back.
Yeah. It's my oldest one.
It's
No,
because
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
because he while he's getting
show
That one.
show us.
That one on my
Show
back.
us. Did you show it somewhere?
It's in the.
Oh.
It's in
Oh,
the,
you did.
this one.
I remember doing this for grade 8 for my grade
Yeah.
8 book report, and I
Oh,
think this
okay,
is the
yes.
image that I used.
Because
And Bailey
these
put it
are
on
real.
his back.
These are real. These are real. That's fake. These were real historical things. The fucking putting them together was fake.
The thing that made me feel so smart when I read the book is how like the whole chalice thing was all like Jesus is like Mary Magdalene is like this and Jesus I'm like because it's to go inside the France Mona Lisa. I was like I felt so smart, and then I realized years later I found out those movies aren't good. People don't actually like them. I saw the third one just recently.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't seen that one.
it's pretty bad.
Oh my god, it's a Paul Walker movie again. So my guilty one, have you ever seen the movie Timeline?
Yes.
That was I read
Yeah.
that book as a child. That's my guilty nerdy one in that way. A Timeline. It was like, ooh, I might want to make us watch that to see if it's
I mean,
so good.
I'm debating between two movies. And then one of them I've seen before once, and I don't mind seeing again. But this other one I've seen bits and pieces of, and I was traumatized the first time I sort of saw it, and I kind of would like to check it out. It is called. I think Tom Hardy's in it.
Mm. No,
It's called Bronson.
Bronson. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, yo, I like that movie. I would gladly rewatch that shit.
Yes, please.
Oh, you've seen it? Then
A long time ago, though. I don't. I remember because it made me really like Tom Hardy, and then I saw all of his a lot of other stuff, and like.
Okay, then let me think about this again.
That movie's great.
Wine Mom will love that shit if you show
Yeah.
that to Wine Mom.
True story too.
Yeah, it's Wine Mom. This character, it's a biographical pick. It's about one of the most.
It's called Bronson.
violent-
I think
Yeah.
I've
Bronson.
seen it.
Fuck. Okay.
The
then
title sounds familiar. Let me Google it quickly.
One of the most interesting things about what Bronson I found was he converted to Islam for a brief period of time, and then he divorced that wife, and then got. Thinking got better, but.
Now all I'm picturing is Bailey singing. So I gave my sermon
Okay.
an urban kick.
So,
my rhymes are flying.
a-
My beats are sick.
Oh
my
my
crew
God,
is
I've had
big
enough.
and it
Stop
keeps
it.
getting bigger.
Stop!
That's because
Stop.
Jesus
Stop.
Christ is not.
Oh my God. How do
I
you
was
just-
really
how do I-
concerned with you.
how?
I was a little worried there. I don't know about Raza.
I was gonna be
but-
like, let's go, the flow. You
No,
have to flow. You have to go through it.
So
Yeah,
this
go.
is a Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, so I have not seen this, but I've wanted to see this because I absolutely love Tom Hardy as an actor, not just because he's beautiful. Like he's actually such a good actor. Cody,
Okay.
get out of here.
Oh, I
Leave.
could
If
pull
you're gonna be
you
a
about your
bully,
crushes.
if you're gonna be, if it's only because you had a few little sips, okay?
I gotta
And
go
it's
back
not
to
a
my
crush.
list
He's
now.
actually a good actor. He did Legend,
Legion.
and he did yes, and he did amazing. And he was
Yeah.
also in Peaky Blinders, and he did amazing.
Yeah, he was also in The Dark Knight Rises, Venom.
This,
Okay,
yeah.
but-
This,
okay, I don't care about those. I'm talking about like actual roles that are not some bullshit superhero.
what was it? Band
villain
of Brothers?
crap.
Was it Band of Brothers that he was in that got him all the
No,
roles?
Dunkirk. Oh wait, I don't know. Inception.
I'm just saying, I watched the entirety of Peaky Blinders, and his role was second to Killian Murphy.
Have you seen
Legit.
Taboo?
It was Inception.
No.
He did Bronson and a bunch of other shit, and then it was Inception, and then he blew up.
Okay, never
But I
mind.
do-
I'm
I
going
do
back
wanna
to the
watch-
drawing board.
I do want to watch Bronson though. Let's do it. It looks good.
It has to be a movie that I pick. All right, that's the rules.
I mean,
I
I
set
know
for
it's
myself.
a movie you said you pick, but you also brought it up and said that's one that you're thinking about, and I said,
Thinking
yeah,
about.
it's a good one. I'm agreeing that
about.
it's a good option.
It gives me time to think and to now have feedback.
I feel like you guys
A
are
$230,000 budget. That's interesting.
talking over, through, and past me as if like you're treating me like a woman. It's rude.
Wait, aren't you?
Yo,
Yeah.
enjoy. Have a good evening, Afro. I appreciate you, Sensei. I'm
Bye,
going to message you
Afro.
on the walk home. Thank you for stopping through. As always, you're the man of the hour. Anyone listening,
Afro.
click on that man's profile. Go follow him.
Have you seen Air? Yeah, anybody you seen that?
No,
yet?
not yet.
Okay.
My favorite Tom Hardy movie. If I just post a link in Discord, will it show the image?
Should. Unless it's like a sketch site.
I mean, name one site that isn't Sketch.
It's not going to post.
It's loading
Yeah.
up for me, but
I'll try and upload it.
Oh, Bailey, press open in browser.
What? There we
I got
go.
it.
Star Trek Nemesis. When
Jesus.
Tom Hardy played Picard's clone.
Wood.
Jesus, I had no idea about this. This just looks
Ow,
weird.
ow, ow.
Oh yeah, he was in Band of Brothers. I was right. I knew it. I knew I got that right. Yeah, and then Star Trek Nemesis was just after that. And he was in Black Hawk Down, and I liked that movie a lot.
Do
when I
you
was a kid.
really? Holy
When I was a
shit.
kid.
Is that the Owen Wilson?
That was another. I read the book. I read the book because I was a dork as a kid. I read the Black Hawk Down book, and then I saw the movie, so I kind of got caught up in it. It was a decent book. It was a really good like warfare book. It was the book was way more. The book was fairly written from the Somalian perspective. The movie, propaganda.
Well, obviously. We gotta feel bad for our.
I didn't realize Ewan McGregor was in that. Sorry.
In what? Black Hawk Down?
Yeah, and Josh Hartnett deserves more respect.
Yeah, he has a couple movies coming out.
Yeah, he just got a cast
he's-
again in a few things.
Yeah.
He is in one of the movies that I want to suggest.
He's in Oppenheimer coming up, and that's getting a lot of PR.
Is it Lucky Number 7? Slevin?
Slevin. I love that movie, but no, oddly enough.
I like Wanted more.
Fair.
With James, what's his
He's
face?
got a
McAvoy.
good. He's got a really good fucking
He was in
repertoire.
Wrath of Man. Still need to watch.
Yeah, he was in that. Yeah. Why, Mom? I'm recommended.
And Black Mirror. I don't remember that
What?
episode.
Wrath of Man with Jason
Statham. Baldman.
Baldman. Did you see the new what's the show called? Orphan Black?
You mean Statham?
Statham, yes.
But sorry, what you're saying? We love
Have
Statham.
you?
too.
We do.
Black
My
Mirror.
favorite Black Mirror. Is it Black Mirror? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I did see that it's coming. I haven't watched. It's not out yet, is it?
No, it's coming out this summer, I think.
June 5th. Oh, wait, that's the old poster, my bad. Oh, June, yeah.
It's on season 6, right?
I actually really love Black Mirror.
It was tight.
It feels like a movie, but long.
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse.
Orphan Black, Jesse.
Yeah. Yeah. Pikmin's gonna be in that season. There's a few really be in there.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh my gosh, why did I just forget what I was looking? My fucking brain right now. I'm getting frustrated. Oh, there we go.
Hello, Bailey. How are you doing today, Bailey?
I'm just looking up Tom Hardy films right now.
No, I'm making fun of you because that's like you would freak out like what Wine Mom is doing. I have to explain my joke. I love that shit so much.
Oh, yeah. I like it when you're very inclusive of adding
Zazie
context
Beetz
to stories.
is also in this too, Bailey.
I like Zazie.
Ah, yes.
Domino.
And then Josh Hartnett, yeah. There you go. He fucking has also aged well, like from fine wine.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, that's what happens when you're like not,
Bruce Willis.
insane online.
Oh, Salma Hayek is this year as well.
Oh, wait, what?
Salma Hayek.
Yeah.
Or what?
So Aaron
Black Mirror?
Paul in Black Mirror, yeah. Aaron Paul is who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Walter.
Jesse.
Stop.
Walter. Walter. We have to go back, Walter.
And somebody asked him about it, and he said he was like, "Yeah, it's good." Also, he's in the clip of him that I see. He's on a spaceship
Yeah, he looks hot as fuck.
in a little spacesuit.
Yeah.
I think I might actually cry because
Like,
first of all,
happiness?
I love space movies, sci-fi, anything on a spaceship. Love.
How do you feel about
also
Star
love
Wars?
him.
What about the newest Cloverfield?
I liked it. Cody, enough, bro.
Oh my
Cody,
god, Cody. Jesus,
Like,
Cody.
It's not the
I
vibe.
get you're in character. I
Um,
get it.
Here comes Daddy Nargang over here.
No, because so like one of
I'm
my
kidding.
like probably my top 2 movie is Event Horizon.
Okay, this gives me a lot
Which-
to
Oh, yeah,
think
yeah.
about.
We're
Yeah.
very we're clear
Yeah.
on this fact.
And you should
Yeah.
suggest it for the podcast.
I will, but I just don't know when. I'm nervous to things that I love. I don't want to give to you. I want
Same. Oh my god,
What?
same.
Why?
With Bailey?
Because-
Oh my god,
okay,
same.
because shut up. Listen, no, seriously, because you know the Ethan Hawke series that I talk about all the time, the Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, or
Yeah.
before sunrise, before midnight, and before sunset.
Mhm.
That's like, for me, that is the ultimate romance series. Like that is the series that does romance the best. It's one of my like favorite trios. I've watched it so many times. I don't want to give it to you guys. I'm like
wow.
too scared because
Well, then-
I know Bailey right away is gonna be like, it's pretentious, and it's not.
I know.
And I know he's gonna do that to me. And it's
I'm with you,
not.
Wine Mom.
They're,
I'm on your side.
they're film festival movies.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They literally are.
No, they're not.
Are guys looking forward to Pedro Pascal and Ethan Hawke's revitalization of Brokeback Mountain? Because it's the
Yes.
same fucking concept.
Yes.
I
They have
am
sons.
interested.
They have sons now?
That's
Okay,
it.
no, okay. The only difference, no more wives.
She looks familiar.
Anne Hathaway is not in this fun little Wine Mom. That's a...
Haley, who is that? She looks
It's the
familiar.
actress from the Cloverfield Paradox. Let me see who it is.
Oh.
Crush Bailey, is that
Gugu. Guju. I feel like Gugu is wrong. I feel like that's very rude.
Yeah, barely saying the name White. Yep. The floor is yours.
Now I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot now.
We were talking about.
No, no. So I love Ethan Hawke,
Mhm.
and any opportunity for him to be in a movie, I'm down.
For real, though?
No, I literally. Are you making fun of me right now? Because I can't tell.
No, I'm
Because
not.
like, no, because like legit.
I loved
legit-
him in Training Day.
See, now now you can tell he's being facetious in his tone.
I mean, it's fine. Like it's okay to have bad opinions. Like it's fine. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you didn't like Training
I
Day?
love Ethan Hawke. No, I'm just saying. I'm just because he said you were being facetious. So I was like, it's okay for you to have bad opinions. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, you didn't get the joke. That's past now. All right.
I know, Bailey. I know. Bailey.
But
Yeah.
no, I actually do really like Ethan Hawke, and I feel like he's underappreciated. Like I know he's in a lot of stuff, but he's always in like a lot of like, I guess you could say B list or like A- stuff. You know, like he's never been in like a super other than that one that just came out, the horror one with the what was it called, Cody?
Black phone?
Black phone, yeah.
Black Phone. Yeah, that was probably the biggest movie in the last little while anyways that he's been in that hasn't been like a small B-listy type movie.
But have you guys seen Boyhood? It took them 11 years to film.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Boyhood
in
is a
that
good
one?
one too.
Ethan Hawke? I thought it was
Have
Brad
you not
Pitt.
watched you need to sit down, Raza, and just go through
Ethan
the
Hawke's
discography or the filmography
Oh,
of Ethan Hawke.
Okay. Hold on,
You can
hold on.
skip Boyhood, though.
It was okay. Don't be a bully.
I'm just gonna see
Hey.
the movie. I'm gonna just see Moon Knight.
Raza doesn't want to watch. Oh, that's a good movie.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He said it because it's in the superhero genre.
This one? That
No.
one?
No,
No,
that's-
that one. No.
Moon Knight?
Moon
No,
Knight
Gattaca.
both of them. Yeah, Gattaca.
Yeah.
Gattaca with Uma Thurman.
That's yeah,
That's
not
classic
where they met.
sci-fi. That's classic
Also,
sci-fi.
you do know that Ethan and Uma were married.
And
Was
they
it
had their
because of
lovely
Gattaca?
daughter. No, I
But
don't.
you know
think
that they
so.
were married and they had a daughter. She's in Stranger Things. You do know this, right, Raza? Because you're awfully quiet.
No, I
You
don't
didn't
know.
know this?
No, I don't pay attention to Ethan Hawke as much as you.
Of course he's in
He gets
Waking
no
Life.
respect.
Maya
He
Hawke.
gets no respect, bro. He gets no respect. He literally married Uma Thurman and had a daughter with her. Give the man his respects, bro.
I
Raza,
mean, after he came in, what's that film series called? Purge? Is it
yeah,
Purge?
yeah.
I sort of said, I'm off the bandwagon here.
That's yeah. I mean, that was a paycheck, right?
My mom, I can feel she's gonna be like, sleep with one eye open. I swear to God, rather with one fucking eye
Just
open.
don't talk smack about Ethan Hawke, okay?
Ethan Hawke's a great actor. I liked
so
him in
good.
The Guilty, in which you just heard his voice.
Watch up. Stop being a bitch. Watch Predetermined or Predestination. What is it called, Cody? Predestination.
Yeah,
Predetermined?
that's on my list to suggest actually.
That's a good one. It's
I
very
like
long.
Sinister. Because he died.
It's a good one, and it's long.
Sinister apparently is statistically the scariest movie of all
Sinister
time.
was good.
Because
Sinister
they
was
have
very good.
Oh,
no one cares.
oh.
Valerian, he
How
plays
do
an
you-
alien pimp. Sorry.
How do we feel about westerns?
Westerns?
I actually
Oh,
just watched the Western.
Magnificent Seven?
I just watched a black Western.
No, no. What? Why, Mom? What?
Yeah.
What is this, Bailey?
That's Ethan Hawke in Robot Chicken as Godzilla Jr.
That's amazing.
I just watched Raza. I actually just watched I'd say a week or two ago. I watched The Harder They Fall.
Oh, it's a good movie. Very good movie.
That movie made it into my top 20.
Yeah, unfortunately, what's happening to Jonathan Majors
I know.
right now, but he kills it. And
Bro,
you know.
he was so good in that. Also, Idris Elba?
Idris,
I was
Lakeith
so
Stanfield.
Oh,
He was cool.
I was just-
He was a good villain too. I
he
like
was
Lakeith
so
from
good.
Atlanta. Yeah, and Zazie Beetz, isn't it too? Bailey, you would like it because you're into. You wish.
Well, and
you
Regina
were.
King, underrated,
Oh my
beautiful, lovely, love her.
Did you just make that joke?
Yeah. You got it.
Why
Dead
can't you
Poet
guys
Society.
be serious for 10 seconds?
Booyakasha.
Cody,
Let's go back to
can we go
me.
drink some water?
Let's go
Like,
back
give
to
me a
me.
glass of water. Come back to normalcy.
Oh, Captain, my
Please.
Captain.
I'm gonna mute you, I swear.
Okay. So.
Anyways, this
before
movie
I
was
say
very
something-
good, Raza.
Yeah. The Harder to Fall was amazing. It's
It was
like
really
one of my-
good.
Yeah. Surprised these two schmucks haven't seen it yet.
On my list.
I know.
The harder
Yeah.
they fall. I mean,
I think it's a very like.
Bailey, you'll like it.
Yeah, you will like it. You
For sure, you'll like it.
For sure.
oh yeah, no, I seen all the ads for this shit. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So sorry.
No, but it was actually such a good movie.
It's a really It's I do like how they're like. It's like I thought it was gonna be something completely different, but no, they keep the whole thing going too, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a Medea movie?
Oh, hi.
Don't laugh. Don't even answer him when he makes bad jokes.
That's
You
an-
just make it more possible for him to continue. Ignore
That's
it, Raza.
That's an Atlanta joke, which I was referring.
Drink some water, please.
No.
Oh, he's just gonna deep throat
Oh
his
my
microphone
God.
instead.
Yes, because it's funny. It's so
Oh.
funny.
But no, this gives me a lot to think about now. I gotta go back to the drawing table.
I actually made a list of movies that I was gonna.
Same here. I did too, but you all have thrown me a curveball and have said you've seen this very obscure movie.
What
And I'm
movie?
Sitting here, Bronson. So
I haven't seen it.
okay, except for you. Well, me too, to a degree. I haven't seen it like the whole thing.
I'm
What?
pulling out my list right now because I'm trying to remember what I wrote.
Yeah, I have some movies on my list. They're all over the
Oh,
place.
Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at my list fondly right now.
Fondly.
Yeah, and I already know that you guys are gonna be little dick seeds about it.
Not me. I'm pretty open.
No, you'll be good, Raza. Cody, I think, who even knows? But Bailey will troll me because that's what he does.
What, just about your movie choices?
Yeah, because on my
I'm
list,
just honest. Roza's
I
just
have-
scared of you.
No, that's
No,
not true.
I'm genuinely. I don't mind shit. I'm pretty open.
I have,
to it all.
So I have.
I
For
am
the
scared
cinematic
of you.
value.
In that regard.
I'm trying to tell you what's on my list, bro. I'm giving you a little sneak peek, Raza. So
Okay.
one movie on there, I have it on there because of the cinematic. It's a beautiful story, but also the cinematic aspects of that movie.
Mhm.
It's Big Fish.
Oh, that one. That's a callback with Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Is Jim Carrey in that one too?
No.
Oh, okay. What am I thinking of?
And that's one of my favorite because it's so pretty.
God. Sorry, I'm just Bailey's harassing me in chat with Ethan Hawke.
What are you doing? I don't see it. Where are you doing?
Go to Council of Dick, our
Bailey-
main chat.
Stop being a bitch, bro.
No, that was a weird movie too.
Okay, sorry,
What,
I'll
Big
stop.
Fish?
Yeah, Big Fish
Okay.
was really weird.
When
Yes.
I first watched it, I was too young to understand the concept. I mean, I shouldn't say I was too young to understand, but I don't feel like I was old enough to understand the concept when I first watched it. And then when I watched it again afterwards as I was older, sob just uncontrollably. I loved it so much.
I feel like Big Fish is every wealthy white woman's favorite movie, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like you're wrong because the message of the movie has nothing to do with that. And you're just being a bully. Because the story is
I've
like
had
about
it recommended
about
by
a
people
father
who like
and a son.
Wes Anderson style films, you know what I mean?
No, it's not like that at all. No.
Bailey, you picked the action hero.
He's being really mean to me right now, Raza. And
How am I being mean? It's a
not
good
mean.
movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a quality movie.
It's,
your
a good
movie
choice.
it's a father-son story with other aspects.
So Bailey, let's see. Do you already have an inkling of what your movie?
No idea. No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Interesting. Very
literally-
interesting.
Like it's so perfect for the time that it came. It's like such a
Oh, it's got Danny DeVito and Steve Buscemi? All right, I'm in.
it's a Tim Burton film. Thank you
Oh,
very
Tim,
much.
oh yeah, I forgot. Is it based off a book by any chance?
I think so. But it's also around the same time that like I think it was Edward Scissorhands came out around that time too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then of course it's got Helena Bonham in it. Of course. Jessica Lange. Hello.
Helena, can
What?
he's still going? He's still going.
Who, me?
No, Bailey.
Yeah, because
Look at
he's
him.
a baby. He's a little jerk boy.
Like now, I want these on me at somewhere. Put them in my wallet or some shit. How do we feel about?
This is why I should leave movie club because I'm underappreciated.
I'm listening. I'm
Give
just
me
posting.
ideas.
You're a bully.
I'm
You
just
don't like
posting
make-
faces.
Make it very well known.
I like your movie picks, and I am
And walks in
entitled
Kramer.
to my Ethan Hawke giggles, but I appreciate them. They're good movies. Danny
I'm
DeVito agrees.
I'm putting Disney cartoon movies on here on this list now too.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What movies?
How do we feel about epics? Period piece epics. Like
I
not
feel
epics.
like we
We're
should
taking that
watch.
out of the tag. Sorry, not epics, but
I think we should watch Ben-Hur.
I think we should watch a Japanese.
If you're about to
movie.
talk and you didn't
So-
drink water, I don't want to hear it.
So like my reference is Tom Cruise's The Last Samurai. That's my thing. But we're not watching that. No.
So I was thinking about Troy by Brad Pitt. That's what I was thinking when
I
you said
saw
period
that
piece.
like 2 days ago. No, on Wednesday. Fucking Paris in the mythology is a bitch, dude. He does all that stuff just for puss. What the fuck is wrong
How
with
about
him?
the 2004 film called Alexander, starring Jared Leto
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
and Colin Farrell? Yeah, what about
Yeah.
that one, Raza? They
I don't know. I guess it's Bailey's turn next week. I don't know, to be honest. I like period pieces, but
So do I.
I don't like them anymore. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm on.
I mean, I
Uh,
actually really like 300. I know that's like
It was
not a
good.
movie
It was-
that I care much about.
Zack
I
Snyder.
love 300. 300 was amazing. It's one
I
of the
really
few good movies.
There's a few other ones that I've liked, but I can't remember. I don't know what.
The
counts as a
Guardians
period.
of Gahul, Bailey. Look that shit up right now.
Whoa.
Look that shit up right now. Zack Snyder, right there. He put slow mo in a fucking animated movie, and it's a kid's book. He took a kid's book and said, "I'm gonna put adult themes into this. People are gonna get fucking shot."
It
How do
goes
you spell
hard.
Kahul?
Just
It'd be nice if I could spell. That would be fun.
fucking just Google owl Guardians of, and then it'll autofill it.
That movie goes
No,
hard.
I'm something
It
else.
does
else.
go hard, bro. It goes unnecessarily hard. There's like dogfights between owls with armor on.
Okay, we're not watching that then.
What are we watching? No, it's like eagle, like owls are having a dogfight in the air, like how planes do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just remembered another movie that I didn't put on.
Right? Okay. It has no business going this hard. It has no business.
It goes so hard.
It's a kid's book. I read the book. It's nothing in the movie is one to one.
Gahul. Guardians of
Gahul.
Gahul.
Gahul, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I read this book as a kid, but I don't think. Actually, I might have watched this movie on a
The
plane. I
movie,
think.
there's a sequence where he goes through a slow motion wind tunnel, and he's just like, you have to feel it in your gizzards to the main owl guy, and then 30 seconds of Mars plays in the background.
And Owl City did a song.
And I was, it's such a we're not watching that, but I'm gonna watch it on
I'm
my
gonna watch
personal
it
time.
too.
You know, I just, like Zack Snyder has a way of not understanding the source material, whatever, but he has a way of shooting his movies, and they're all great.
Sucker Punch, underrated. That's all I'll say. And
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, fucking daddy in that. Your daddy, Raza. Dune daddy.
My dad. Oh, Pedro Pascal.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Dune. No, Dune.
Dune, yeah, Pedro Pascal is no Oscar Isaac. Oscar
Isaac in Sucker Punch is like literally visually so perfect for Gomez Adams, and then they went and used his voice for an animated Gomez, and it was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, you had the opportunity.
I don't know.
Anyways, I'm upset about that. That's my own thing.
I feel like Oscar Isaac was too unknown at that point.
Yeah,
No.
that was kind of like his breakthrough
Yeah.
American role.
I would go back in some Oscar Isaac filmography. That would be nice.
Okay, that gives me. You guys are just. I'm throwing out feedback. And here's a fucking stack of notes for you, Raza, for your movie.
We were talking about a movie, but I can't remember what it is. Let me see if I have it on my list. Attack the Block. Don't forget about that one.
That movie was sick.
We were talking about
Oh, sick. What was that, Roz? Are you okay?
I like that movie. I like that movie.
What are
Since
these?
when do you talk like that? That was the funniest thing to ever come out of your fucking mouth. In like the last however long I've fucking known you. The movie. Yeah. Like, what
We
the
said
fuck?
it.
The movie's yeah.
He's not wrong.
Oh fuck.
Stupidest thing ever.
Why did you say it like that? The movie's like you said it like fucking surfer guy. Beach somewhere. Like you forgot your hand signal, pal.
Be missing who I am half the time. I wish I was a Cali bro.
The fact that you're crying is the best part.
You know.
Alien images, man.
Bailey's checked out like fucking half an hour ago.
Yeah.
I would like to go home and eat dinner.
Did you eat?
Where I come from?
Did you use my edit for YouTube today?
Yeah. I used your faithful old edit. Raza getting eaten alive right now. Yeah, he is, fam. Yeah, he is. I've just been clipping images of their favorite actors and sending it along.
Well, no, you didn't use it though for the thumbnail.
I did, didn't I?
No, you used the poster. That's okay. It's alright.
I thought I should have.
Whoa,
Sorry.
Pedro. Alright.
We should do like
Here,
like
let's see if I
a-
can change it right now before I end the stream.
No, you don't.
we should do like a horror movie a-thon for October.
I'm down.
There, it's fixed.
Where we watch 2 horror movies per episode. So we can watch a lot of horror movies. That would be fun. Anybody down? Nobody sounds excited?
I
How about you create an AI, and then that AI can watch the
Wow.
movie for me and tell me what
Oh
to
my
say
gosh.
on the episode.
All
In
this work to
October,
tell-
you're going to be too busy to watch 2 horror movies in a month?
Well, given there
4
will be.
horror movies in a month. It's fucking October.
It's fucking October.
You're going to be watching horror movies just for the sake of it anyway.
Bailey,
What-
it's White Girl October. Fucking pop pumpkin spices and Uggs.
You're gonna
and-
get your pumpkin
Exactly.
spice either way. You're gonna go home because it's cuffing season. And then after you get your autumn vibes on, you're totally gonna put on a horror movie.
It's
I
as if I
apologize.
didn't grow up in the hood or something, and
I
I've just become this
immensely-
valley white girl all of a sudden. Thank you so much, guys. I'm glad you love me so much.
I apologize apologize for this, and I will, pay my repentance for the damages I've caused. I did not know Bailey was going to take it there.
Go.
Yeah, you threw me under the bus, Raza. Did it feel good?
No. I'm ashamed of myself.
I thought you were about to like say something like, "Oh, I've done whiteface."
I mean,
I'm gonna make you guys watch Megan.
Oh, please no.
I've
Yep.
seen it.
I'm gonna like literally
I'm gonna make you guys watch it twice.
unalive myself.
Bailey, Bailey. Oh my! Is that? That's the last one. It's me every morning.
Mood. It's a mood.
I wake up and I was like, and then I just let some
my
pass,
God.
some gas pass.
Okay, that's killing me. Can we get out of here? Can I go make dinner and stop sending
Yeah.
naked pictures of
Why
Ben
are you
Affleck?
bullying Ben Affleck?
Oh, no, I'm not. Hold on. I got one more quality one for you gentlemen here. One second. Here you go. One more. Just for Raza. There you go, buddy.
What do I have in my pictures?
Oh god, no. Stream ending for... That's enough. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you, Imp. Shout out, Imp, for being the longest subscribed human ever. And shout out to Stoned Red. Everybody, you know what it is. Bebe going to be around tomorrow. I want to start early, but I'm probably going to be a tired boy. But I'll be here all day. I'm going to do eBay stuff. I'm going to do a cooking stream. I'm going to do more shit. So I'll be around. Hang out. Just chat. Let
You're gonna
more
shit
calm.
more?
Yeah, well, I'll just shit on stream.
Fucking shit on your pants.
Start with eBay, then we're going to make pierogies, and then Bebe's got to get ready for his first vending stall, and we're going to hang out together. All right, and Raza's gonna do nothing other than talk poop about my bowels. Okay, they're okay bowels, Raza. Why do you gotta bring it there? Panda, what do you have to say to defend your bowels?
Oh, they don't hold back. But I was,
Sorry, go ahead, though. I'm fucking around.
I was curious, Raza, did you finish the Star Wars game, or are you planning to stream more of it?
I was planning on playing it right after we hang up the stream. But I started 2 saved files, one for work and then the other one for my thing. So I may stream because the patch came up today and the game seems to be working much better.
Right.
Massive patch, but let's see what happens. I told Bailey he's going to be taking more time off this month on Fridays because he's fucking, getting hitched. I don't know.
Don't give him any sympathy.
Wednesday I might be playing live games with DJ Dev Das. We're either gonna finish Smash Bros or we're gonna play the Wind Waker.
That sounds dirty.
And yeah, I was like, well, I'm waiting for a pun in there somewhere. But
these two bros been smashing, fam.
Hold on.
Wait, Mia Goth and Robert Pattinson did?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this month you may see me do more solo streams, but for the whole day. I want to try something with a specific game in the middle of the month. I'm trying to marathon something. So
Sims 4.
Wait.
This is why your dad kicked you out of the house.
All right, everybody. Wine Mom, do you have anything to say?
Loud noises!
I approve of Raza's soundboard responsibilities, so appreciate you, man. Thank you, everybody. Let me see. I'm probably gonna make you rate a weird channel. I've been rating a weird channel lately. Let's see. What do we have?
I'm gonna be adding more.
Yeah, we're gonna rate the weird channel.
They're free. You don't need Nitro. Who's Mr. Multibrain?
Just some weird arts channel. I'm like, hey, just send it to this. Send it to this.